dinner parties, lots of fun. Visit us and call Daniel or Bo at Town Village Audubon Park at 901-374-7342. There's no place like home. Town Village Audubon Park.
Welcome to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston. Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane. Here are Peter and Anthony with Sports 56 Mornings.
Yeah, welcome in, everybody, on a Thursday. It's Thursday. We made it. We're almost through the week. We got by my count, let's see, today and tomorrow, 2 more days. You can handle that.
Yeah.
You can handle that.
Surely you can get through 48 more hours of the week.
And we're going to do it. We're going to do it together. As a matter of fact, we're going to help you with the first 3 hours of those anyway. Coming up here on Sports 56 Mornings, live from the Family Leisure Studios, here across the beautiful Mid-South, where it is 65 degrees on this October 22nd morning, and it is going to be a lovely and another hot day. Highs in the 80s, mid 80s, probably approaching the high 80s. We're close to record highs, which I don't care for at all, quite frankly. But over the weekend, it's going to get a little bit cooler, and next week should cool off. So hopefully the next 2 days is the last of the 80-degree weather. Fingers crossed. Let's get that stuff out of here. Am I right, Anthony? Saying let's get it in the 40s. I love it. 30s. Let's go.
Whatever. I'm down for all of it. I can deal with. I like to work in the middle, man. I don't like to have any extreme heat or cold. So either one, I'm down for.
I'm with you. That'd be great. I'm with you. Let's do it. Let's get in the 50s and 60s.
Yeah.
And then I'm
make
good
it
with
happen.
it.
Anything that can save on my MLG&W bill, where I can just have ain't nothing on, no air, no heat. We rolling.
Open a window,
Yeah.
and that's it. I'm with you. That's today is too hot for that, unfortunately. It won't be very comfortable if you do that. Today on the show, we're gonna have a whole lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to our discussion. Well, first of all, we're going to talk to our friend Dustin Starr. You know that at 9:00 we're going to do that. That's just a tradition that we like to do. And also coming up, saying. We got a special guest. Tell folks about what's coming up later on in the show.
Special guest coming on, the current coach of the Lamont Owen College will be here. He's going to talk about
Magicians.
the Lamont Owen Magicians. He's going to talk about the Jerry Johnson documentary. That's it's already out, but it's going to be in several film festivals. He's going to talk to us about the documentary and also just the legacy that Jerry Johnson left behind at Lamont Owen College. Truly one of the great. Small colleges as well as the HBCU national champion winning team. He's going to come on and talk to us around 9:30 today.
So that's going to be a lot of fun. That's all. That's coming up in hour number 3. Of course, before that, we're going to get into what was the result that I expected, quite frankly, in the World Series.
Right.
We'll talk about that. Coming up, also some controversy in college basketball and pro basketball. We'll discuss some of that. The Pelicans, Zion, your guy's got a new coach.
Yep.
With a similar physique, so that should help them to inspire.
Yeah, he can understand, relate to him.
Oh, yeah. No, I like the hire. We'll talk about it coming up later on in the program. And, of course, we'll start to preview the college football weekend. There is it's not the greatest slate in the world, and some of it may not even be happening, but we'll talk about it nonetheless here coming up. With all of you. You can join us in a number of different ways. First of all, you can call us, 360-8255. That's what we like to call the First Bank phone line, 360-8255. You can hit us up on the First Bank text line. We love that, too, 67129. That's 67129. If you want to hit us up on the First Bank text line, we would appreciate that. Some of you can't call, so we like to give you the option to text, and some of you can't call or text, but you can chat in the video chat, because we are, of course, streaming all over Sports56WHBQ.com, on the app, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, whatever. We'll make up some other ones. We're on anywhere, wherever you need to be. Facebook. We're all over whatever you need to be. Chat with us. Hit us up on the First Bank chat line, and you can jump right into the discussion with our good friend, American Soy Toy, Similac Zach, running the show. Zach, good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning, guys.
What up, Zach?
Everything's
Ask you
good.
questions. How are you, Zach?
I'm good, man.
How you feeling?
Good. Sort of semi-relaxed, but everything's good.
Sort of semi-relaxed. He's wearing that Tennessee orange today, so I appreciate that.
No, that's not it.
Thank you. Go Big Orange.
Yeah,
I'm with you, Zach.
No,
I'm with you, buddy. That's
No.
exactly right. Good for you.
no. It was just it was a random draw today.
Secret supporter of the Tennessee Vols. So appreciate that.
Please.
Jumping out into the public eye. That's what it's all about, Zach. Don't be afraid to make it happen.
Sure.
Last night, just like I promised you would happen, I'm pulling out my Greg Gaston card here. This is just like I promised. I predicted it, and it's going to happen. And it happened the way I thought it would happen. It was Tampa Bay knocking off the L.A. Dodgers 6-4, pitching matchup they needed to win. They did win. And Brandon Lau got his swing. He started to hit hard. He hit 2 big old home runs. It's not Brandon Lowe. It looks like Lowe. Don't be confused. It's Lau.
Make that make sense to me.
People's last names are weird sometimes. People have weird pronunciations of last names. That's how it makes sense. Some people have weird-looking names but are pronounced kind of, normal. Some people have normal-looking names that are pronounced weird. I don't know. He decided that he didn't want to be Lowe. He was like, our family's Lau.
All
Dang
right.
it, we're Lau. It's spelled Lowe. We're Lau.
All right.
Loud and proud.
Lau and slough is how I like to cook my meat. Cook it Lau and slough.
Oh, okay.
Saying you look like you're sad today. What's going on? Hey, you give me a lot of negative vibe here. What's going on?
Well, it's
I'm
hot as
feeling a
hell
negative
there, one
vibe from you.
It's hot as hell in the studio for one thing. At the break, I will be cutting the air conditioning up. That's one. That might be what you're saying, but other than that,
Okay.
I'm good.
No, yeah, I sense some discontent.
And you don't sense
I don't know.
nothing. Just run the show, man.
I sense a little. I sense like I have a good feel for these things. I can feel like an aura. There's an aura coming off of you. Maybe that's the heat. I don't know.
Almost said
But
the word.
there's an aura.
There's a classic hood comeback that comes with. I was supposed to say feel something, but I'm not gonna throw that in on the air. But
Thank you for not doing that. Last night, Rays even up the World Series with the Dodgers, and you said it's going to go 4, but it's not. It's going to go at least 5. Anthony's saying you were right.
I give him 5. Just buying time for my boy Kershaw to get back on the mound and chop these bones down again. Man, they barely won yesterday, man.
He can only pitch 3 games. He can't pitch 4.
Hey,
so they're going to have to win a non-Kershaw game.
It only take 4 to win, man. And the Dodgers barely lost the game last night.
And the Rays have got Charlie Morton going tonight. Charlie Morton coming off a fresh Game 7 excellent performance in the ALCS against Walker Buehler. I like the Rays here, even though I know the people. I know that the Dodgers are the favorites tonight by the old odds. I like the Rays again tonight. I think the Rays are about to take control of this series, and I'm excited about it. So, and I know you're watching. Did you watch some more baseball? Your baseball watching experience continuing to improve?
I watched it, but I watched even less of it last night.
Did you watch? Now, this was. Did you watch this legitimately, or did you watch this illegitimately?
Yeah, I watched it. Like, baseball is one of those games where you can actually be doing other stuff while it's going on. Like, you don't actually have to be tuned in, locked in, and watching. So it was on for a long time, but I wasn't particularly watching it.
Well, no. I just mean, like, did you watch it, like legitimately on your regular TV, or did you watch it?
Oh, hell no, bro! When it come down to streaming, it can come on the freest of free channels. I'm still gonna stream it. I was
gonna say this was free. Like you didn't even have to. You didn't have to.
I don't even know what channel it came on. Like I just watched it through the stream. I don't know what channel anything comes on. People be like, "What channel's the game on?" I don't know. I'll send you a link. Like I don't know. I don't know what.
It don't matter.
Because the channel I'm watching isn't the broadcast. It's always like some other cats. It's like some other
I was like, you're watching some other market's version of the show. Yeah.
But I'll say this that I have observed about baseball, and the baseball has changed a lot since back in my day when I actually used to watch the good old Oakland A's.
Okay.
The Bash
All right.
Brothers
Yeah.
Like the starting pitchers don't exist.
Tell us about it.
Like starting pitchers don't exist anymore. Like what is it?
Sometimes they do.
Starting pitchers?
They do.
Yeah,
starting
they
pitchers
still
definitely
exist.
exist. They just didn't.
Nah,
they didn't
man.
for the Dodgers last night, but they definitely existed.
I mean,
in
like
general.
where it's like starting pitchers who give you a good 6-7 innings, and then you start bringing in your relief. Like
Oh
it's like,
no, there's no such thing as that.
what happened? Like, is that kind of like an NBA? How big men shoot threes now? Is it? Did I just miss an era or what?
No, it's more like a analytics type of thing because it's almost like if the pitcher goes out for multiple innings and like the batter starts to get used to their pitches, they'll start to figure them out. It's that type of thing. So that's why you got teams try to jump out early so that they can like have their ace pitchers or whoever pitchers that that are playing get them kind of going. Then once the 5th, 6th, 7th inning or however late inning they want to pull them, they can just rotate those pitchers out.
But it's like the Dodgers only have like 2 guys that they consider to be starters, right?
Yeah,
What in the world is that?
last night was a little bit different because they had to like go to their pen for
it was
a
kind
starter.
of a bullpen day.
Yeah.
It was just kind of a bullpen day.
Yeah,
Kind of thing.
that's changed since I've
But
cared.
but
about this.
all it is just increased specialization of roles. Like we had closers and you
I
have
remember closers. Yeah.
Yeah, right. And you have middle relievers.
Yeah.
Now you've just got openers instead of starters. You got openers instead
Yeah,
of
that was
closers. They're just
weird.
opening. They open it up a little bit.
Because
it's kind of like in
it was like 4
it's kind of like in the
pitches and
NBA. I know you're an NBA guy, so like sometimes how the guys then it's sort of like the placeholder starting shooting guard, but you're just waiting until the 6th man comes off the bench.
Right.
And that's kind of where some of these teams are. We got
Yeah.
guys going to be out there for a few innings, just kind of hang in there until we can start getting into our normal bullpen roles and all that stuff.
I was fascinated by it.
If you can come in and throw your hardest, because like pitchers now, it used to be that you would throw
Trying to
like
save their arm.
80%, 70%, 80% in the game because you're trying to extend out the life of your arm. Now it's like you just come in and, bro, you are firing. In most cases, just I'm 150%.
Just
I'm
let it
throwing this
rip.
thing as hard as I can. Let it rip. Let's go. I got 40 or 50 good pitches, and let's see what we got. So it's a different approach. The Rays were actually one of the first to do that a few years back, where they just said, you know what, we don't even really have a great starter, so let's just not even worry about it. Let's just start. Basically, let's just start in the bullpen. Like we would if we were going into somebody in the 3rd or 4th inning. Let's let this guy go for 3 innings, this other guy go for 2, this other guy go for 2, the other guy go for 2. And there you go. Now we're good.
Right. And then another thing that's changed too. Like I'm looking at my boy Diego Castillo for the Rays, right? That's a real brother, man. That's a real brother out there. Like I'm looking like, look at these dudes close the picture, man. Like that dude looks like, yeah. I seen that dude on Hollywood and Hollywood in summer yesterday. But for real though, like baseball's really changed, man. Like I never thought I'd see the day that a dude with like dreads is like a closing pitcher in the World Series.
That's right.
What a time to be alive.
We've come a long way. We've come a long way.
Yeah, shout out, man.
That's
My brother Diego, who probably didn't speak English. Where is he from? Hey, you know what? You know something that messed me up for real though? Like the first time I heard Sammy Sosa talk, I was like, dang, he's not black as I thought he was. Like I was like,
yeah, he's not.
I was
no,
like
he's,
18.
He's not. No. He's from. He is also from the Dominican Republic, as
Shout out,
Sammy
man.
Sosa was. Diego Castillo's from the Dominican Republic. Yeah.
Shout out.
6'3", 250, big dude.
Yeah, no, man, that's what I'm saying. He looked like just a regular old dude you see in the hood somewhere. Hey, shout out, man. I might be switching teams mid-series, bro, for real. I ain't messed up about it.
I've told you to jump on the Rays, man. They're America's team.
They're God's team, actually.
know?
They got the devil out of their hearts, and now they're just a plain old Rays. Shout out, the Angel
Exactly
Rays.
right. GT, are you with me?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, Kirk Franklin, I think, is endorsing the Rays now as a result.
Yeah,
of
man.
that, so.
I might have to switch teams, man. Give my boy Diego, man. Real talk.
Go, Diego, go!
Zach, I was setting you up for some Dora the Explorer stuff. The whole 3 minutes of the spiel I was on,
Yep.
it never happened.
He doesn't even know. He doesn't know.
No, I
He
didn't.
doesn't know.
I didn't realize Dora was like the theme.
Well,
that
I'm
was
sure
there.
there's something your parents thought was demonic about Dora the Explorer.
No.
In fact, he was talking to like maps and stuff. He probably thought that was.
No, we used to make
Backpack.
No, we used to make fun of Dora.
Get that demon stuff out of here.
Get this
Get
devil crap out
that
of my
possessed backpack.
No, we will make fun of Dora. Like we'll make fun of her.
Why is
What?
Why is this fox talking?
Why are you?
What is this? Cut
You
this
say-
off.
He's saying he's disrespecting Dora. You make fun of Dora?
Yes.
Oh, that's
Man.
wow.
And Swiper is not really the bad guy.
Okay, who's the bad guy?
Just think about it.
No, tell me, Pastor. Tell me who the bad
Just
guy.
think about it.
Yeah.
Swiper's not the bad guy here.
Oh man, who's the bad guy then?
Oh man. Swiper, stop. Swiper, no swiping. Swiper, no swiping. Aw,
Swiper was the most obvious crook. So he literally walked around with his with a burglar's mask.
He's got like a mask, like his little mask on. He's like hunched
Tiptoe,
over.
yeah.
Like, hey, come on, he's
Clearly, you're the one who's up to something, Swiper.
yeah. No, what you're saying? He was framed. You're saying like he was put up to it by the man. What are you saying?
Yeah, come on, break it down to us.
You're saying the Dora, the hegemony of Dora the Explorer has forced Swiper into a life of crime because he was unable to take care of Swiper's family. Is that what you're saying? I'm confused.
Swiper wouldn't have to swipe anything if Dora wasn't in the forest.
Hey, that's real, man. Come on, Zach. That's real stuff, man.
Like, put this on the parents, man. Like, who lets their
Was Dora not supposed to be an explorer?
She could be
Or she can't walk around in the forest? She's not living in the forest. She's walking around.
She could be an explorer, but she needs some parental.
Yeah, I do kind of get a little colonization coming from Dora.
like
you
you-
gotta actually look at this. Like she's kind of taking over the forest. Like,
Right. Like Diego,
she's
kinda
exploring the forest.
She's kind of taking dominion over the forest, man.
Right.
Got a
5-year-old
magic
Diego
backpack.
is
She got the whole
different.
thing. Stop.
Diego is different because his parents worked
like
in
a-
the forest. Dora's parents don't work in no forest. Like
What do you
they,
mean work in the forest? What do you mean Diego's mom? Diego worked in the forest because they're forest rangers. That means they're the ones who are
Right.
colonizing the forest. That should be the worst one.
Dora's
Dora's out there just exploring. They've
just-
lived there.
she just
they're
walking
gentrifying
around,
They're
man.
gentrifying the forest.
Yeah, man.
It's ridiculous.
she got he wearing red boots, man. Like what's going on?
Get out of here.
Well,
Zach.
listen,
Just
I-
tell
listen,
the truth,
that's-
man. Tell the truth. Your mom didn't want to let you watch it because it was the devil.
We used to watch Dora all the time. We just made
Exploring
fun
the
of her.
devil.
He's like, do you see
You
the
see-
mountain?
You
no,
see Diego?
Dora.
I see Diablo.
No, Dora.
Satan, no Satan.
No,
Get thee behind me, Satan.
tell the truth, Zach.
That's right.
Oh,
No,
man.
Dora was
All
cool. We just made fun of it. That's
But
all.
yeah, game 2, the Rays tied up at 1. So you think the Rays are going to
That's
come
right.
out and win again?
I told you I think the Rays are going to win. I think the Rays are going to win the whole thing.
Right.
I'm excited too because obviously it's been a bunch of bad news locally. Everywhere else it's tough. COVID rates going back up, all this sort of thing. But you got to kill that baseball music. I'm done talking baseball. I've hit my quota. I can't talk any more baseball right now. I've hit the quota. I've hit the wall. I can't do it. But I did see yesterday where the AutoZone Liberty Bowl is going to team up with some coaches and areas, Shelby County schools and folks to try to do, since there's not going to be an AutoZone Liberty Bowl high school all-star game for the first time since 2002, since there is no prep season for the local kids. They have announced that they're going to team up with Shelby County schools to host the high school football showcase coming up in about 3 weeks over the Liberty Bowl, November 13th and 14th. It's an event to give exposure to the seniors from all the schools that were not allowed to play this year, which is a good idea. And that's a big part of what happens with the AutoZone Liberty Bowl High School All-Star Game. I've broadcast the game for 10 years or so straight, and I've watched that game. The practices that lead up to the game, they always showcase these kids and a bunch of coaches, especially like D2 kind of like FCS schools come in, and a lot of kids have gotten scholarships as a result of just being exposed,
Right.
And having coaches see them. Well, obviously these seniors and these other kids can't get out there and do their work this year, so I think it's a nice opportunity for them to jump out and showcase some of these kids for a wider audience. I think that's cool. So congratulations to Steve Earhart, to Harold Grader, the folks at the AutoZone Liberty Bowl and Shelby County Schools. I know it's a good. It's going to be like an NFL Combine kind of thing, skill stations and all that stuff. So nice. It's a good situation. There, all the kids are going to get a video that they can present to coaches. So that's a cool deal. And it's going to be free for the players, which is nice too. And a lot of times these combines, they have them around the country, but they cost an arm and a leg to do all this stuff. This will be a free thing. So, good job by the Liberty Bowl. Good job by the Shelby County Schools.
Yeah, it's a good job to step up, even though the kids didn't have a season. for the SCS and for these companies to come together to just have something for these kids to get another final look at these kids. I think it's a good thing. A lot of kids got caught up where they couldn't transfer or weren't able to transfer to some of the schools that were available. So giving them an opportunity to get that combine type experience. I just hope that a lot of coaches come out and actually take a look at these kids. I talked about this before. A lot of times when people do these type of things, the actual setup of the event and the fanfare of the event is bigger than the actual things that make the event happen, like actually having coaches there. So I hope the coaches do show up and that they can get eyes on these kids. That's a good move, though.
I think it's a strong move. Congratulations to them. Were you out yesterday with your buddy Jaren Jackson Jr. rocking the vote?
No, I do regret that now because they had some pretty dope T-shirts that they were passing out. So I had to call some of my connections with the Grizzlies to get one of those since I missed that event.
Well,
did you made it out? No, you didn't make it out because you
missed
me.
out. No, I can't make it out. I wish I could, but
yeah.
I can't. I was teaching.
Yeah,
being a teacher's assistant.
The Edmondson Virtual Learning Academy.
The Edmondson Virtual Learning Academy was very much in effect yesterday. We were out there getting after it big time. But there were some interesting things, and Jaron had some interesting things to say. We'll talk about that when we come back as we roll on from the Family Leisure Studios, Sports 56 Mornings. Pete and Sane, Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, 98.5.
Want to get your voice heard? Hit us up on the First Bank phone line or First Bank text line.
The folks at Homer Skelton Hyundai want to say thank you. Thank you, Memphis, for another spectacular year. They set records, but I can understand why. You think about the product. Where else do you get a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty? That's what you get on every new car at Homer Skelton Hyundai. Oh, and thank you again for the 11th straight year, the #1 certified pre-owned car dealership in all of Memphis. It starts with that product, but then it goes to the shopper assurance. Where else do you go where you get transparent pricing, flexible test drive, take the car for a couple of days if you want, streamlined buying process? You're not going to be there all day, in and out. And then, and I have not seen this anywhere else, the 3-day worry-free exchange. You buy a new car, if you've got any buyer's remorse, you've got 3 days to change your mind. Just get on Lamar, take it into Mississippi, the first exit's Craft Road, turn left, and go see Chris True and all the gang at Homer Skelton Hyundai.
Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
Chris Price here for Brian Elder Roofing. The storms we've had over the past several months have been devastating to our communities. The rainy season is ahead. You may have not even noticed the dripping in your attic, water stains throughout your home, or even worse, mold and mildew. Please call Brian Elder Roofing and we will send out our project managers to assess any damage. We will not try to sell you a roof if all you need is a repair. We will measure your roof from outer space. 0% for 60 months, even no payments till 2022 are available with approved credit. If you've noticed missing shingles, water stains, leaks in your roof, call us before you call your insurance company at 867-0303. That's 867-0303, and we will provide a free, thorough inspection of your roof's condition.
Call 867-0303. Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
Is your wife asking you to stop eating junk food? Well, we have you covered at Humdinger's. It's quick and it's healthy, and most important, it tastes amazing. With many choices from salmon salad to rainbow trout and grilled asparagus. Come visit us for lunch at Humdinger's, 6300 Poplar Avenue. So good, Coach Penny eats with us weekly. Don't forget, Humdinger's offers full-service catering for weddings, social events, or your corporate lunches. You can call 901-260-8292 to find out more.
If you're a business owner, you don't need us to tell you that running a business is tough, but you might be making it harder on yourself than necessary. Don't let QuickBooks and spreadsheets slow you down anymore. It's time to upgrade to NetSuite. Stop paying for multiple systems that don't give you the information you need when you need it. Ditch the spreadsheets and the old software you've outgrown. Now is the time to upgrade to NetSuite by Oracle, the world's #1 cloud business system. NetSuite gives you visibility and control over your financials, HR, inventory, e-commerce, and more. Everything you need all in one place. instantaneously. Whether you're doing $1 million or hundreds of millions in revenue, save time and money with NetSuite. Join the over 21,000 companies using NetSuite right now. Let NetSuite show you how they'll benefit your business with a free product tour at netsuite.com/am. Schedule your free product tour right now at netsuite.com/am. netsuite.com/am.
There's a new commissary in town in Collierville. Germantown Commissary is doubling. Yeah, they're still going to have the old Germantown Commissary by the tracks, but now there's a huge new Germantown Commissary in Collierville at Poplar and Houston Levee Road. It's huge, too. There's a drive-through. There's plenty of parking. No telephone pole to get in your way. A cool patio. It's right by the track, so the tradition continues. And this is a tradition that's been around forever. That commissary is famous for hickory-smoked, slow-cooked Memphis-style barbecue. They've got a private party room at the new one in Collierville. Self-catering still continues. Party packs for $5.95. Basically, the great ribs, the great pulled shoulder, the great deviled eggs. Everything is there in Collierville and Germantown now. So there is now a Germantown and Collierville style of barbecue. It's called Germantown Commissary.
All 75 months at 2.99, Mirage, LHO 10129, G4, LHF 07863, Eclipse, LZO 15893, includes all rebates and incentives, PF 695, excludes tax, title, and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 11/1/2020 with approved credit, dealer stock only.
How about a brand new ride that gets 43 mpg highway, seats 5, plus costs less than $4 a day? We Gossett at Gossett Mitsubishi on the Pike. 2020 Mitsubishi Mirage, buy for $11,100 or $99 a month. 2020 G4, 41 mpg highway, $139 a month, or buy for $12,435. And 2020 Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross, $19,107 or $229 a month. Plus confidence today, tomorrow, and long into the future with a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Mirage, $99 a month. Mirage G4, $139 a month. And Eclipse Cross, $229 a month. Get to Gossett Mitsubishi today, 1870 Covington Pike, or shop online at memphismitsubishi.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
Listen Sundays at 11 a.m. to join Idlewild Presbyterian Church for worship. Idlewild is a PCUSA church located in Midtown Memphis.
Sports 56 traffic.
We're working an accident on Highway 385 westbound at Raleigh Millington. Also, we have a couple of accidents on I-240 eastbound after Danny Thomas Boulevard. The left shoulder is blocked, and then the one earlier is accident on I-240 eastbound at Chelsea Smith Avenue. Those two of those lanes are blocked as well. So just take it easy out on the roadways. And then also in the downtown area from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. they're repaving the roads on Union Avenue between BB King and Bellevue Boulevard. So all those lanes are one. So keep all of that in mind. This is your Sports 56 traffic update.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
Old school themes, baby. Macho Man Randy Savage.
What a great era in wrestling. Full of
The
steroids.
lovely Miss Elizabeth coming out.
Yeah, steroids, sexism, racism. But it's great era in wrestling.
Don't forget the cocaine.
Yeah.
Tons of cocaine.
Can't forget that.
Mountains of cocaine.
Yep. Molestation.
Beautiful time.
Just hidden murder trials, cases, everything. Just great era in wrestling.
It's the real story, you know. It wasn't boring.
No, it wasn't boring.
Now everybody's all like, "Oh, hey, look at me! We're doing just the right thing. We're drug free.
Yeah, well,
we're not being racist. No, that's boring.
Yeah,
come on.
Yeah, this is. Who's got time to not be racist? You know.
Yeah, exactly. Come on, man. All right, so I mentioned yesterday, Jared Jackson Jr. was out at the Agri Center one of the early voting locations, trying to get folks to early vote. And I can assure you that people are, whether they're listening to him or whether they just, by golly, want to vote, they're voting in record numbers, huge amounts of voting is happening out there. And, it's really, it's kind of crazy to look at the numbers. We're way ahead of where we were 4 years ago, way ahead of where we were 8 years ago. Well over 200,000 people have already voted in the area, so good stuff. Around the country, I think it's at 44% of what the entire vote was in 2016. Yeah. So, it's a huge number already. So excellent stuff. But anyway, Jared Jackson Jr. was out to try to, as a part of the Grizzlies situation, and he says that he's this is going to shock you, Anthony. Mm-hmm. He says that he's been grinding in the off season. Okay.
Why is that going to shock you?
I was being facetious. That's not going to shock you at all. That's what literally every player, no matter who they are, if you ask what they're doing in the off season, I'm working hard, I'm grinding, I'm out there doing it. He and Justice Winslow, they're definitely boys now.
They're
getting after it.
They're actually a trio. It's Brandon Clark is the third amigo in their clique.
Yeah, but Brandon Clark didn't doing music, so I'm not counting him as part of the mix. He said Jaren's quotes were very Jaren-y yesterday. Well, let's give you a few of the select some of my favorites from Jaren.
Let's get them.
First one out of the gate. Jared Jackson says, "This is something I've been taught by my parents. This is something that, especially people who look like me, died for, and everybody in America has died for as well." Well, I don't think that's true. I don't think that's accurate.
The question of validity of that particular statement, but yeah, the kid.
The first part is absolutely right. Yes, he's absolutely right. Many have died for the right to vote. Yeah. Definitely, folks who look like Jaren,
and many other races. That's
and many other races too. But it is. I will fact check him here. It is untrue that everyone in America has died. Trying to get the vote, so that is untrue. He also says that he wants to let his actions speak, and he's waiting to see when he can let those actions speak and get back out there and play. He says he got a tattoo, but he says you don't see it right now, do you? I wonder where it could be. I'll show you when I want you to see it. You'll see it in like a week, though. I know I like taking pictures. I'll figure out a way. What about this tattoo, Anthony? Saying you're on the Jaren Jackson beat. What's
Jaren's my guy. If anything involves me seeing Jaren's naked butt, I'm out. If I have to, if that's what he's teasing.
Is it on his butt? Is it on his butt cheek?
If it's anywhere I can't see, I don't even hear nothing about it. Like, hey,
is this a Jeffrey Toobin situation where it's
right? Exactly. I want to see Jaren, pulling up from deep.
I don't think we need to see. No.
Yeah,
I'm
good.
We need to see that. Then he was asked about the uncertainty of not knowing when the regular season is going to start next year, because of course the NBA is kind of figuring out when is this actually going to start. They would like to wait as long as possible in order to try to get fans to be in arenas to at least some extent.
Right.
And Jaren said he didn't know, but he said it doesn't change, not even a little bit. It just amps me up more. It's like when you put a little kid in timeout. When he finally gets out of timeout, he's just active and he's breaking more things than before.
We don't need him to break nothing. That was a bad choice of words, Jeremy. Need you just, no, we don't need.
Now, I've used timeout a lot in my day as a parent of a 9 and a 6-year-old. So you're not doing it right if the kids come straight out of timeout and start breaking stuff again.
Right.
That is an ineffective. Right. That is an ineffective timeout approach. From Jaren. And Jaren's very energetic, so it wouldn't surprise me if a little Jaren was running around breaking stuff.
Yeah, imagine Jaren
super
Jackson
long arms and legs and just flailing around. And
yeah, I'm sure.
I imagine as a kid he was like all arms and legs as a little kid. And man, just had
because he's probably been tall for a long time. He's probably been real long, rangy, lanky kid for a long time. So,
and when you hit that growth spurt, like you can't really control your body that well. He's probably walking around stumbling, hitting stuff, knocking things over. I'm sure. Dad was out, playing in the NBA, so mom was doing the best she could to keep him under control. But let me talk to parents out there again. Do not listen to Grizzlies superstar Jaren Jackson Jr. When you use timeout, the point is to make sure that he doesn't break more things than before. You don't use timeout to re-energize him and then release him into the wild and have that child go through and just start breaking things with the energy of timeout. That is not how timeout.
No, I don't think that's how it's designed at all.
So here's my question for you about Jaren Jackson Jr. Now that we see these, I'm glad Jaren is he's mindful of that. He's a smart guy. His parents are both well connected. Dad is involved in a lot of good causes. Has been around the league for a while. Model professional. Mom is head of the WNBA Player Association. She's obviously extremely bright and involved herself. So Jaren will be. No question about Jaren's smarts, intelligence, his ability to do all this stuff. No doubt about that. But I saw, I think it was Seth Partnow from The Athletic, who used to work in the Bucks organization. He's doing a ranking, a list of top 125 players in the NBA. He's doing them in tiers, and Jaren was in tier 5, I think. And he said that his quote was that Jaren is more a collection of skills than an actual full player. And I thought that was actually a pretty. I think that's a pretty good way to put it. Actually,
yeah, that's like very fair.
I think that's very fair. Like he's not. Jaren is. You look at certain nights and it's like wow. Like he can do so many things. Like Anthony Davis, he has Anthony Davis-ish type capability where he can be offensively and defensively spectacular. But so often he just. It's just bits and pieces. It's not a finished product. He's not putting it all together on the plate. It's like you go to dinner and you one appetizer is really good, but the other one's not so great, and then the entree's kind of undercooked. And you want the whole meal, and he's still a ways away from being the whole meal. I thought that was a good way to put it.
Being a unapologetic Jaren Jackson Jr. supporter, and the fact that Gabe's in love with him don't really make it any easier on me. but even being that, like there's not much criticism of Jaren that I can't take as being fair. You know what I mean? There's some stuff that people say that's just stupid, but most of the stuff that people say about Jaren is fair. One thing about Jaren is that ever since he's been here, we said well, Jaren has this going on. Oh, but he's 19. Let me see. He's doing this. Oh, but he's just 20. I think this is the last year we can say that. I think 21 is the last year that we can give Jaren a pass. This will be his third year in the league, and there are certain things about him that need to be solidified. Do I think that his foul issues will be quote unquote resolved this year? No, I think you'll still see games where he has foul trouble, but we need to see some improvement in that whole thing. His shooting is probably only going to get better. I predict that this will be the season that he sets the Grizzlies record for most threes in the season, which is currently being held by Mike Miller. He was on pace at one time to pass it this year, but of course, things happen. Pandemics happen, injuries, But I think this will be the season that he sets that record. Jaren prevents so many possible mismatches every night he gets on the court. And you look at guys like Bam Adebayo, look at guys like Anthony Davis, guys who were, stars of the playoffs and the finals, and you see so much of Jaren potentially in both of those guys. And it's also fair to say that Jaren is ahead of schedule. Even both of those, even Anthony Davis, like there's things that Jaren is already doing statistically that AD wasn't doing at his age, and that Bam definitely wasn't doing at his age, and it's a ton of potential there. But just to say now that he's a collection of skills as opposed to a good player, it's definitely fair to say. And I think this is his year. This is his third year. Contract time is coming up soon. Jaren has to show and improve this year. He has to be able to stay on the court, whether that be from fouls or from injury, and show that the actual potential is actually turned into an actual reality. But I'm confident also that he'll do it.
Well, I think the one thing that you could say is that he's had two different roles in his 2 different years so far. JB Bickerstaff and his group wanted to kind of use Jaren as more of an inside-out threat. I mean, didn't have a problem with him taking threes, but really wanted him to start on the block and work his way back out. Whereas Taylor Jenkins and the staff now want him
uses
to be,
him as a wing,
almost
uses
a
him
guard.
like a guard.
He's a guard. He's a wing. He's a power guard. I like to call him, and that's his role. So his role has changed. That's definitely affected things a little bit. But I agree with you that this is the year where he has to do that. And the number one issue, the one that overarches everything, and this saying. I think we've talked about this off the air. I don't know if we talked about it on the air, but I'll go ahead and just say it on the air. I really, really like Jaren. Personally, I think Jaren's he's fun to talk to. He's energetic dude, bright guy. Like he's a bubbly personality, all that stuff. He's got to grow up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not saying away from basketball he can do whatever he wants.
Right.
It can be like big, and he can have an arcade room, and he can have trampolines, and he can have whatever he wants. But on the court,
But there are some things he's doing about the court. I'm going to look at him sideways. So.
fair enough. I agree with that. But let's put those to the side for just a second. Okay?
All right, go ahead.
Because there's lots of players who have lots of stuff going on off the court that whatever, but they're able to kind of compartmentalize it. And then once they get into the arena and once they get in the locker room, then it's all business.
Mm-hmm.
He's got to be business. Like, he can't be goofball and, like, not, learning things and learning those lessons. And he can't just be like the goofy kid in class who's kind of goofing around. Like, the franchise is really relying on him to be a key piece. And that means he's got to accept that burden, accept that responsibility, take it a little more seriously.
Right.
In terms of his mental approach. I think if he does that, that will help all the rest of it. It will all fall into place if he just gets that mindset right. But I want to see a little more maturity.
Right.
I know he's young, all that stuff, I get it. But, Jason Tatum is basically the same age.
Right,
you see a pretty mature approach from him. So I think it's time for him to grow up a little bit.
Yeah, because even when people say, well, he's 19, he's 20, Jaren's not the only 19-year-old in the league. He's not the only 20-year-old in the league. He won't be the only 21-year-old in the league. And he's admittedly a silly, immature guy. He's a prankster. He's a jokester. And there are times where it seems like you shouldn't be joking. That Jaren's joking.
Right.
Hey, I know
some of that's fine. Like,
hey, I get it.
Some of that's cool.
I'm that guy.
I mean,
I'm that guy, Jaren. So I got you. And I'm 40. So I get it.
Yeah.
But you also have to know you have to grow to the point where you know when to take the game more serious. And it seems like
apply yourself.
Yeah.
Apply yourself. Like, really, like,
right.
He's such a gifted player. He's like the smart kid in class
comes super easy to him.
who doesn't have to really get out there and grind. He's got to really push himself because right now he's reached the limit where, like, he's going to keep having these foul problems. He's going to keep making these little mistakes. That's going to limit what he can do. If he can just knock that off, man, he can put up some incredible numbers. But if he can play 35 minutes a game consistently, man, it's crazy
over.
what he could do.
And you said
crazy.
something that made a lot of sense as far as Jaren is concerned. If Ja maxes out, if Ja Morant is whatever Ja's potential is, he can make the Grizzlies a good team just being that great player. But if Jaren Jackson and Ja reach their potential, the sky's the limit for it. I mean,
then you're talking championship.
You're talking about championship level team, and Jaren,
because those are two foundational championship pieces.
Right. You're talking about two players who could be phenomenal, who are players you've never seen before at their position, and the Grizzlies could be outstanding if those two guys pan out to their potential. But it's on Jaren. This is a big year. It's a big year as far as decision making goes for the Grizzlies. Next summer is going to be huge. Well, whatever time of year the season is, it could be
next fall,
next winter, whatever.
Who knows?
It could be. It's going to be very big for the Grizzlies, and knowing what you have in Jaren going forward really plays a lot into that because it changes who the Grizzlies are as a free agent market. If Ja and Jaren are fantastic and Jaren is really turning the corner and looking like the player we think he can be, it changes who Jaren. I mean, it changes who the Grizzlies are as far as free agency is concerned. So. It's a big year for Jaren, and I'm glad to see him focus. I'm glad to see him focus on real world things like voting, because we forget that these guys they're kids. You know what I mean? We forget that John Jaren, 21 years old. This is their first opportunity to vote. Period. You know what I mean? Sabrina, my daughter, she voted for the first time. She's 18 years old, about to turn 19. Her and John Jaren, this is all their first time they can vote. Period. I'm like, Sabrina's 19. I mean, but
they could have voted. They could have voted in 2018. Honestly,
they could. I mean, like for the president. I'm saying they couldn't vote in 2016.
First president vote.
Yeah, president vote. Yeah.
Let's vote in those off season. Let's vote in those off year elections too. But I agree with you. Yes, 100%.
It's amazing.
Here's what else I agree with you. Central Barbecue's great.
Oh yeah.
Love Central Barbecue. Fantastic. Did you go there? You said you were going to go there.
Yes, and I have a great story. I have a great story to share. Central
hit me with it.
Central Barbecue is fantastic food. I had the wings last time I went. This time I want a more traditional, barbecue meal. Didn't being that I was working out today, I was kind of concerned about going the pork route, so I got the brisket, which was fantastic.
I love that brisket.
Had the mac and cheese with the baked beans, whatever.
Yep.
Sweet tea was off the chain. So I told you guys last week about came in, and the older ladies came in at 7:55 when they closed at 8, and they said that they wanted to. They was like, well, and the staff was super nice, and they were like, hey, just we're fine serving you guys. Just want to let y'all know we close in 5 minutes. So the lady said, I guess we got to hurry up and order. And it ticked me off. I started going off under my breath. Might have been over my breath. I don't know. I'm not sure my volume levels. I'm a pretty loud dude, so I'm not really sure how the volume levels came off. So I said, next time I come in Central Barbecue, I'm going to ask for the manager and tell them I commend them on how they handled that situation. So last night, I'm sitting there eating my food, and I asked the young lady, hey, can I speak to the manager? It's not a complaint. I just wanted to speak to the manager. So the manager comes out, said, God, I had his card. I don't know what I did with it. Young guy comes out. And I said, hey, man, just want to thank you guys, give you guys some kudos on how y'all handled the situation. When I was in here last time, where some people came in at the last minute, you handled it better than I would, and how I think most people would have handled it. He was like, yeah, man. He said, I remember exactly what you're talking about now. Yeah, I remember that night. It was like last week. He said, yeah. I said, so what time did they actually leave? Now, keep in mind, the restaurant closes at 8, and these ladies, they ordered their food, and they ate on the patio, right? They considered that being nice, eating on the patio, instead of just not eating there at all, you know what I mean? 5 minutes till. He said, take a guess, Zach Boyd, Peter Emerson, what time they left.
I mean, I would hope it was like 8.
8:15 or something, right?
8, whatever, as soon as they got their food, I hope
but check this out.
Obviously, wasn't that?
The guy said that they did not leave until 9:45 p.m., and they closed at 8 o'clock. And he had to sit there. They were done.
Didn't kick him out?
They couldn't. He said they had to sit there and wait while they ate on the patio and lollygags till 9:45 at night. And
Don't
they
do
closed
that.
at 8.
Don't do that, people. They're very nice people at Central Barbecue. Don't take advantage of their kindness.
Yeah, basically I said that if you guys go to Central Barbecue, shout out to staff. I don't know if they can accept tips, but just take care of their staff. Let if you know the owners, managers, let them know how good the staff is over there at the original location on Central. They took care of me. I saw a friend and went outside, and a guy saw my food. I was practically done, but he saw my food. He could tell, hey, looks like this dude's still eating, man. I'm not gonna mess with this food right here. So, shout out to them, man. Just great crew over there at Central Barbecue
Good
on
folks.
Central. Yeah,
good folks out there. They love it. It's fantastic. It is Central Barbecue. You can check out on Central Summer downtown East Memphis. Really good people there. Don't take advantage of their kindness.
Nah, don't take the kindness for weakness.
Be nice.
Because if I'm there, I'm gonna go off. If I see it, I'm gonna go off on you, man.
You're gonna love it. Central Barbecue. We have some more college controversies continuing to emerge, and it's cost one coach his job already. We'll talk about that when we return. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, 98.5.
Get happy with Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. Weekday afternoons from 1 to 3 on Sports 56, 98.5, and 96.1.
Jeep Adventure Days and Ram Power Days are rocking at Gossett Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat on Covington Pike. And guess who's got #1 ranked brand in initial quality and driver appeal among mass market brands? We Gossett! 2020 Jeep Cherokee Latitude IIHS top safety pick. $21,560 or $275 a month. Or get muscle with 2020 Dodge Challenger XST with best in-class cargo volume. $24,348 or $314 a month. Plus get rammed up in a 2020 Ram 1500 Classic Crew Cab 4x2. We Gossett at $388 a month. Drive past the rest. Come to the best. Gossett Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat 1901 Covington Pike. Online, GossettMotorCars.net.
If you want it, we Gossett at Gossett Motor Cars.
Ranked by J.D. Powers IQS and Appeal Studies. All 75 months at 4.11 APR. 3,500 down. Must finance through Chrysler Cherokee. LD 643160. MSRP 28,190. Challenger LHS 214,740. MSRP 31,180. Ram LG 293,29. MSRP 37,855. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF 695 excludes tax, title, and license. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 11/1/2020 with approved credit dealer stock only.
Hey everybody, this is Coach Penny Hardaway. When I want to throw a party for friends or family, I want it to be a taste of Memphis, and that means Corky's Barbecue. Order online or call ahead and pick up at their speedy drive-thru. And be sure to tell them that Penny sent you.
Order the ultimate taste of Corky's and get a free rack of ribs with your mail order. Just put Sidelines in the promo code. Get meat, ribs, barbecue baked beans, Corky sauce, dry rub seasoning, and a pie, all for just $99.99. Put Sidelines in the mail order as your promo code, and the free rack of ribs is added automatically.
Looking for some action on your favorite games? Action247.com is at your service. Action 24/7 free-to-play games are brought to you by Tennesseans for Tennesseans. Come play with us online at Action247.com. Our free-to-play games are fun and easy. Go to Action247.com and click Let's Play. And best of all, you can win cash prizes. That's right, cash prizes. Free to play online at Action247.com. You got action.
Hey, Tiger fans, this is John Stacy of the Wolf Chase Honda Blue and Gray Show. You can hear Drew Barrett and I talk Tigers with Tigers every Sunday at 5 right here on Sports 56, 98.5 and 96.1. You never know which Tigers great we'll have in the studio with us either. We'll get them to call in, too. We are your go-to show for Memphis Tigers football. We are the show to talk Tigers with Tigers. That's the Wolf Chase Honda Blue and Gray Show right here on Sports 56, 98.5 and 96.1.
Brian Smith, we love the one and only Lexus dealership in Memphis.
Thanks, Stats. The fall months are always the best time to shop for both new and pre-owned cars. We're right in the middle of model year end change. The 2020s have got to go to make room for the new 2021 models, and we continue to trade for the best pre-owned cars in the city, all makes and models.
Service is one of y'all's hallmarks.
Our award-winning service department is adhering to all socially distanced safety precautions.
You can experience amazing at Lexus of Memphis at 2600 Ridgeway and online at lexusofmemphis.com.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good. I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
Was this Junkyard Dogs theme from like back in the day?
I want to say yeah.
You're the one playing it. What do you do?
Yeah, you're actually looking at it on the screen.
Well, they upload the video in 2008, so there's.
Well, yeah, people upload videos after the YouTube
There was
wasn't
no
around
YouTube
in
back in
2006.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, YouTube started in 2006, so Junkyard Dog was dead, I think, at that point. So
Shout out.
chances are he couldn't upload his own video. R.I.P. Dog. We've had it's been a bit of a rough go in college, as we talked about, for a lot of reasons. COVID concerns, the name, image, and likeness stuff is really causing a lot of upheaval in the administrations. I'm happy that it is, but it definitely is. And then just a lot of investigations. We talked about Greg Marshall yesterday and what happened at Wichita State and previously at Winthrop. Well, a story that's been kind of on the back burner, but bubbled up again yesterday. Pat Chambers, the head coach of the Penn State men's basketball program, resigned yesterday following an investigation by the school into allegations of inappropriate conduct. These were related to allegations from the summer. A player, Rasir Bolton, who transferred in 2019, he transferred away from Penn State to Iowa, said he decided to leave because Chambers made a reference to a noose around his neck.
Right.
Said that at one point in a discussion within the office, said he wanted to get rid of the noose that's around this player's neck, and said that Bolton said that Chambers never apologized for his word choice. He said he was from the North and he wasn't aware of what that meant. But Bolton said, due to other interactions with Coach, I know this was no slip of the tongue. Again, we've talked about it before. I'll just say it again. What happens in the dark will come out in the light.
Right.
Just remember that, everybody.
And this is one of those situations where I know a lot of people would probably get upset because, like, oh, this is just being too sensitive. Everyone uses that phrase. Everyone uses that term. Like you said, he didn't. Once he was made aware that wasn't cool. Here's another thing too, man. Just speaking as a black person in America, a lot of times you give people benefit of the doubt. Like, you may realize, hey, you may not have realized what you said was that dumb. So let me inform you of how I feel about that and how that could have possibly offended me or others like me. But once you come back and your response is, oh, no, man, no, that's not what you do. You need to recognize that what you're saying was insensitive and it did offend someone. So your proper response is, hey, man, I didn't know, but I'll make sure that never happens again. No problem, no worries, all love. But when you come back and you don't, you try to defend yourself instead of making it right, that's when it becomes the issue. And but yeah, man, I'm applauding that people are coming forward with these things and that people are no longer just letting these things just be status quo and just the way that they are. Like I said, this one I know people are going to probably be upset because that is a common term that people use, but maybe it's a common term that doesn't need to be as common as it is.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really think it's that common of a term, honestly. Like I've never.
I mean, I've heard that before, and I've heard it used in a way that's not particularly about meaning. Yeah, because you're black, I'm going to put a noose around you. You have a noose. I get it. I mean, I'm not saying it's acceptable, but I have heard that before, used loosely. So.
See, I've heard like an albatross around your neck from the old Rime of the Ancient Mariner, but I've never heard a noose in that like colloquial of a context, like hey, let me get rid of that noose. Like,
there's so many other things he could have said because the situation was.
I don't know. I
want to say the kid had missed some free throws. We had some.
Yeah.
He blew a game or something, and he was like telling them, "Hey, I know." He's basically saying, "I know things are hard for you, so just remember, I'm on your side. I can help you get some of that tension off of you, or some of the I can get some of that off of you." But he could have used much better terms than what he used.
It just reminds me of like the discussion about like these like the Canadian Prime Minister and all these people that have done blackface. And like it feels like there's like I've never once been to I've been white my whole life, and I've never once.
I've been black my whole life.
Really?
Look how much you got in common.
Peter, I didn't know.
Same birth month. Look at that, man.
I know.
So much.
I know. It's incredible. And I've been to lots of parties where lots of white people were there, and I've never one time ever
felt the need
ever seen, even though I've never seen anyone in blackface. I don't know where these parties happen. Like I never one time have ever even encountered. Never.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, it never crossed my mind, but like. I never saw anyone else, like, even people that were definitely racist. I never saw them do it. I don't know I don't know where
how did you manage to do it? Yeah,
like, that's a different level of race. Like, I don't,
right.
I mean, I'm just, why was I guess, was I not invited to these parties? Are these, like, going on? I don't know. I'm very confused.
On the movie Get Out, even no one in blackface. I mean, it was, even when they had the party, when they were actually auctioning off black people, there were no one in blackface. So surely they could.
Like I never heard anyone use this term before. Like I don't know. Like I just even racist people. Like I don't know. I just never heard it.
Well, I think I've heard this term before. I mean, I think I have. I might be absolutely wrong.
I mean, I've heard people say like refer to nooses before, but not in this context. Not like
But the point I'm trying to make is whether you meant ill intention or not. Sometimes just admitting, hey, I didn't know. And
the player
making it right.
Rasir Bolton, he said he goes, due to my other interactions with Coach, I knew
he was capping. Yeah, he was
like,
capping.
If somebody's like, they're like, not racist or, but they say something stupid, you're like, look, that was, hey, that was offensive. You may not know that was offensive. Here's why. Okay, I'm sorry. Whatever. Nope.
Hey, look, we can work through that. I know it feels like people, are whipping you across your back right now. Wait, what? I know it feels like
You're like,
I know it feels like you're doing a bunch of free labor.
Just because you didn't use the hard R doesn't mean that you can use that word.
Nasir, wait one cotton picking minute now. I know it feels like you're like.
You can put an H on it all you want, but it doesn't change what's going on there.
Yeah, man, but yeah, I'm just glad people are coming forward, man. But yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Hour number 2 on the way. College football discussions. One particularly spicy bit of information we'll get to coming up on the other side. Also, we'll get back into the World Series as well. So much still to come. 2 hours left here, and I am looking forward to it. Hope you're having a good morning here as we continue. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, 98.5.
Chris Price here for Brian Elder Roofing. The storms we've had over the past several months have been devastating to our communities. The rainy season is ahead. You may have not even noticed the dripping in your attic, water stains throughout your home, or even worse, mold and mildew. Please call Brian Elder Roofing and we will send out our project managers to assess any damage. We will not try to sell you a roof if all you need is a repair. We will measure your roof from outer space. 0% for 60 months, even no payments till 2022 are available with approved credit. If you've noticed missing shingles, water stains, leaks in your roof, call us before you call your insurance company at 867-0303. That's 867-0303, and we will provide a free, thorough inspection of your roof's condition.
Call 867-0303. Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
Jeep Adventure Days and Ram Power Days are rocking at Gossett Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat on Covington Pike. And guess who's got #1 ranked brand in initial quality and driver appeal among mass market brands? We Gossett! 2020 Jeep Cherokee Latitude IIHS top safety pick. $21,560 or $275 a month. Or get muscle with 2020 Dodge Challenger XST with best in-class cargo volume. $24,348 or $314 a month. Plus get rammed up in a 2020 Ram 1500 Classic Cruiser Crew Cab 4x2, we Gossett at $388 a month. Drive past the rest, come to the best. Gossett, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, Fiat, 1901 Covington Pike. Online, GossettMotorCars.net.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
Ranked by J.D. Powers IQS and Appeal Studies, all 75 months at 4.11 APR, 3,500 down, must finance through Chrysler Cherokee, LD 643160, MSRP 28,190, Challenger LHS 214,740, MSRP 31,180, Ram LG 293,29, MSRP 37,855, includes all rebates and incentives. PF 695 excludes tax title and license. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 11/1/2020 with approved credit dealer stock only.
In today's world, a lot is going on, but one thing is always true. You need to take care of yourself. The skin clinics can help. Age, diet, genetics, and current events can conspire to make you look and feel much older than you are. It doesn't have to be that way. Call the skin clinics and let their expertly trained nurses, estheticians, and staff choose the treatment that best suits you and your pocket. There's so much you can do. Consider skin resurfacing and rejuvenation, lash extensions and specialty brows, injectables, medical-grade chemical peels, laser hair reduction, waxing, facials, makeup applications, and even services just for men. The Skin Clinics has it all in a caring, safe environment, always observing current social distancing guidelines. Go to theskinclinic.com to find out more and call today for your appointment at 901-345-SKIN. That's 901-345-SKIN. Taking care of yourself is good for you and your loved ones. Come to the Skin Clinics, 1300 Wolf Park Drive in Germantown.
Hey friends, all aboard to A&J Catfish Station's newest location in Millington at 7838 Church Street. A&J Catfish Station has delicious light battered farm-raised catfish and mouth-watering big fried shrimp. Try the popular blackened catfish or fresh fried filet and whole channel catfish. Then there's mouth-watering mac and cheese, homemade tartar sauce, great burgers and fries, and fresh vegetables. Got a sweet tooth? Enjoy A&J's Peach Cobbler, voted #1 in Memphis. A&J Catfish Station, now the new location in Millington at 7838 Church Street.
36-month leases, $31.49 due at signing, 0 security deposit, excludes ACQ fee, $10,000 per year, 20 cents excess mileage, $650 acquisition fee, Forte ME 275,992, MSRP 20,510, Soul L706 3372, MSRP 21,885, K5 MG 003,199, MSRP 25,725, K900 MSRP 65,610, L60 26,907, L60 21,220, includes all rebates and incentives, PF 695, excludes tax title and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 11/1/2020, dealer stock only. Warranty is a limited powertrain warranty. See Kia.com or retailer for details. Where can you find best mass market branded initial quality 5 years running for Kia with J.D. Powers? We Gossett and Gossett Kia on Mount Moriah. Take your pick, 2021 Kia Forte or 2020 Kia Soul. $149 a month lease, 36 months. 2021 Kia K5 beats Toyota Camry with more passenger cargo headroom and legroom volume, plus a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. $189 a month lease for 36 months, all just $31.49 due at signing. Plus 2020 K900, $10,000 off MSRP. So come get happy at Gossett Kia, 2680 Mount Moriah or KiaMountMoriah.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis, W253DF Memphis, WPGFLP Memphis, and WIVG Tunica Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations.
Sports 56 traffic.
Still working on accident on Highway 385 westbound at Raleigh Millington. Also working 2 separate accidents on I-240. I-240 eastbound after Danny Thomas, the left shoulder is blocked, and also I-240 eastbound at Chelsea Smith Avenue, and those 2 lanes are blocked. And so keep right here. This is your Sports 56 traffic update.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
Hour number 2 is here from the Family Leisure Studios. Pete and Sane with you on a Thursday. Going to be a nice, albeit a little warm day, mid-80s, cloudy. It's going to be warm next couple days, and it's going to cool down over the weekend, just so you know. Don't expect any rain, though. But I don't know. Throw something in the car just to be certain. But I don't expect any rain. I think you're going to be all right. We've had a busy show already. We're going to talk a little college football momentarily. A reminder to everybody out there, sports betting is almost here, and FanDuel Sportsbook is giving you an exclusive offer to get started. Right now, FanDuel Sportsbook is giving users $50 in free bets just for signing up. You heard that right. $50 in free site credit to register and verify early. No deposit required. FanDuel is America's #1 sports betting site for a reason. They've got odds on all the biggest sports and a simple, intuitive app that makes it easy to find the bet you're looking for. When you want to, then you can just lock it in, and hopefully you win. I bet you will. And when you do, FanDuel is going to get you your cash in as little as 24 hours. Why? Because it's the right thing to do. The app's super easy. I downloaded it. It's awesome. Check it out on any of your various, whether you Android, iOS, iPads, iPhones, all that stuff. It's all there for you. And you can download it. It's super, super simple. When you verify your account, you'll receive $50 in site credit when FanDuel Sportsbook is live with the promo code BIGHEAD. Boom! This big head right here. Because that's how you know. That's how they know that I sent you. Big Head, BIGHEAD. Big Head. What's that promo code, Zach?
Big Head.
You got it. Sane, you know what the promo code to hit is?
Big Head.
Right here. Big Head. That's exactly right. Remember that. Big old giant dome. Big Head. You get $50 in site credit when FanDuel Sportsbook goes live, and sports betting is going to go live here in just a matter of days at this point. Must be 21 or older and present in Tennessee. Site credit is non-withdrawable and expires 7 days after receipt. Terms apply. See sportsbook.fanduel.com for details. For problem gambling support, call 1-800-889-9789. FanDuel Sportsbook giving you that exclusive offer to get started. Fantastic stuff. Big Head. Use that promo code. Big Head. Now, we talked about last night, the big head, big dreads, your man Diego closing it out. The Rays taking one back from the Dodgers, 1-1 now, and a fascinating matchup. Charlie Morton, Walker Buehler tomorrow night should be fun to see if the Rays can take a little bit of an advantage. We got the big debate tonight. The World Series taking a little bit of a day off. Now, I talked about spicy situations in college. Mm-hmm. One from LSU. You remember last time when the LSU Tigers won the national championship, and a very excited former Tiger, Odell Beckham Jr., handed out $2,000 in cash to 4 Tiger football players on the field after they knocked off Clemson last January. LSU is going to lose 8 scholarships, and they're going to ban OBJ for 2 years over those payments.
That's wild stuff, man.
Boy, oh boy.
It makes you think about what's the school who just had something like that happen? Where the kids had
level 3. Oh, the Arkansas State, I think it was. Was it Arkansas State? I think it was that had the showing the cash.
I think it was Arkansas State, yeah.
Flashing the real cash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Odell Beckham did that a while ago. People were talking. It was talked about a lot, and now the penalties, self-imposed penalties, have happened. But it just seems like such a goofy story, man. Like what? Like how did Odell Beckham think that was a good thing to do? Like was he? Like what made you think? Yeah, man, I'm just gonna come in here and just throw these kids money, these amateur athletes money, and I'm also a former player. So yeah, that just seems like that seems super
eight
smart.
scholarships over 2 years. Well, so. I don't know. Like, I'm so sick of the NCAA just in general. Like, I mean, it doesn't. It's $2,000. I don't know. I'm not that bothered by it. But yeah, it was a dumb situation for him, certainly to do foolishness all the way around. But OBJ is a little bit he's a little bit extra. He likes to get out there and little flash it out there a little bit, do some weird stuff. This was not a great idea. Although I do think that the folks here at Sports 56 would really be a good example for them to follow OBJ whenever we have a great show. Just hand out some cash. Just walk in and start handing out.
You can hit me up at
that's fine with me.
Hit me up at Saint Asylum via Cash App. I'll post a link to my PayPal. I can't think of it right now. So anytime we say anything that makes you laugh,
if anybody wants to roll through, you know.
No, you ain't got to roll through. It's too much technology. No, it's got COVID out here. Don't pull up.
I just mean metaphorically speaking, you want to roll through. Then
But in literally speaking, you can hit me up at Saint Asylum on Cash App. I will post my PayPal for those of you who are entertained, laughed, informed, intrigued.
I just went to rewatch the video.
It's so ridiculous. Like, what made you think that was smart?
It's like crazy because it's like, man, like you just got like a wad of cash. Just like
so ridiculous. Bro.
It's like, let me pay my dogs for getting this ship.
like y'all pros now. No, actually they're not. They just won a championship, but they're not pros.
I mean, it's
so ridiculous.
That's I just feel it just feels very silly to me. Like it's. I mean, I get it. Like I understand all this stuff. I get it, but it's just silly. Like it's just.
What if there's a method to to Beckham's madness there? A little bit. Like
explain.
Like okay, so like typically college football, the season is technically over after the game has been won.
But they're still amateurs. Zach. Like let's say a team full of seniors. That doesn't apply.
I love this. This explanation from Zach.
No, I'm just saying because like in the video, like I get it. They're still amateurs. But like everybody knew like Justin Jefferson was getting ready to leave. Like he wasn't going.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that doesn't just mean. I mean, it doesn't mean you could just do that. Like everyone knew that Zion was going to be a pro.
Yeah.
But it didn't mean that he could start taking cash on the floor after every Duke game.
Nike couldn't bring him a Zion shoe to wear.
Everyone knew. Everyone knew it was just a matter of time.
But
it's a stupid. I mean, I get it. I think it's foolishness on top of everything.
Right? Because I'm sitting here looking at this as okay, like these dudes only got what 4 more months in college. What's the difference? Like they got at least 4 more months, if not like less than that, if they get finished with their classes minus exams and everything. Like. I know it's wrong, but like in my head, I'm thinking to myself, like technically they're not college athletes anymore at that time. Like,
oh man, it's just so weird, and I hadn't seen it in a long time. And watching it here again, it's like, bro, like what made you think that was?
Yeah, like
smooth,
what are you
man?
doing? Like what? Yeah, how did you think that was gonna play out? Like really, how did you think that? What did you think was gonna happen? What was the positive thing that was going to come out of that?
And the thing is,
I don't know.
It's like Odell, you know all these kids. Like I'm sure you got all these kids.
Just do it like in the do it in the back.
Hit the cash out, man. Just hit the cash. Take care of it.
No, you don't.
No. Don't do cash out because there's record.
Yeah,
right. Just do it. Do it in the back. Say, hey man, let's go hang on this closet for a second here.
No,
boom. There you
go. We ain't doing that either.
I mean,
no Odell Beckham Jr. We're not hanging on the closet. But if you want to give me some cash money, you can. But listen. No. You could do that without. We've done this has happened for years. Yeah, surely you don't have
to
go
back to UCLA and John Wooden and Sam, what's his face, who basically bankrolled that entire operation.
Yeah.
On the low, everyone getting these on the low. Don't start handing out in the middle of the dadgum field.
With national TV cameras on you and
absolute silliness.
The whole money, wrap the money in the hand and like the dap up, like we didn't see all of that.
With the Baptist blessing. Right. With the Baptist blessing.
Like we didn't see all of that. Like we don't know how much money was given to him, but we see the cash, man.
Oh man, this is so funny.
Well, it's 8 scholarships over 2 years. Along with reductions in recruiting visits, evaluations, communications, etc. OBJ's banned from the football facility for 2 years.
That's
very
crazy.
Expensive, $2,000 there for OBJ. They're still working on the basketball stuff, by the way. Just so you know. Will Wade,
of course, they are.
Was caught on tape having making quote a strong ass offer to one player, which I don't believe that was in reference to playing time, but in any event, a great. Speaking of SEC and football, I tell you what, I'm fast becoming. I was already a fan, but now I'm even more of a fan of Sam Pittman, the Arkansas Razorbacks head coach.
Mm-hmm. He's the man.
Zach, do you have my Sam Pittman ready? Because I love hearing from Sam on any regular basis. I just want to hear from Sam.
Looks like he did. Looks like he's working on it.
Yeah, he's working on it. This is very exciting.
Just set it up. Sam Pittman, coach of the Arkansas Razorbacks. Arkansas.
Yeah, of course. Former Lion coach. He's a real Sam's a. Let me just say, if you haven't seen Sam, he's a big fella. He looks like an offensive line coach. Like he. Gregarious sort, got a big old. He's just a big dude. Looks like a big old happy guy. Seems like thus far. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
There we go.
There it is.
That's my guy. All right. So for those that may not know, as the Arkansas coach, he's often asked all sorts of questions. And Arkansas, as you know, has had Bobby Petrino and such. We've had motorcycle incidents. We've had some Houston Nutt and some FOIA requests with a former reporter. We've had some incidents away from the field with Arkansas coaches in years past. So that sort of thing is par for the course when you're the Arkansas coach. He was asked on his coach's show earlier this week because he has a place on Lake Hamilton. Have you ever been to Lake Hamilton? It's very, very pretty up there in Arkansas. He's got a place he bought on Lake Hamilton. And there's an area in Lake Hamilton called Skinny Dip Cove, which is where the name kind of speaks for itself, right? You Skinny Dip Cove, you get in there and you skinny. Have you ever gone skinny dipping, Anthony Singh?
No.
Never?
I skinny dip in my bathtub.
Okay. Well, that's not skinny dipping. That's bathing. I would hope you skinny dip in your bathtub. I don't know how you're going to get yourself clean.
And I actually wash my
Zach
legs.
probably doesn't even skinny dip in his bathtub, to be honest with you. Zach probably keeps trunks on. Zach, do you keep trunks on when you're in the bathroom shower?
No.
I bet you do.
No.
I actually wash my legs when I'm in the bathtub.
That's too much of a hassle.
That's good. Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Too much of a hassle to wash your legs?
To wash your legs?
No, to have you talking about having trunks on when taking a bath or taking a shower.
I felt like you would probably feel unclean just to be naked, even in your own presence.
I'm still dirty. Like I gotta get clean, right?
Cleansed. Has to get cleansed when you use
Cleansed, that's right. So anyway, Skinny Dip Cove. Sam Pittman did say, he said, quote, "I've never been to Skinny Dip Cove, and believe me, if I had, people would have known about it." How's that for a visual for you? I love this guy. One Arkansas fan said it wasn't skinny dipping, it was chunky dunk. It was chunky dunking, which I think is
made it work.
So Sam Pittman is out here just living his best life, and I appreciate that. I want everybody to know I'm into it. If video comes out of Sam skinny dipping, I will be in favor of it. Do you remember when it was? Who's the coach that looked like he was naked on the boat? Was that?
No clue what you're talking about.
There was. I think it was. Who was it? That Florida. It was. Man, one of the other Florida coaches, Jim McElvain, I think, or
McElwain.
Yeah, McElwain. I think it's McElwain. I think McElwain was. I think that was who it was. There was a picture of a dude that was like laying naked on a boat. It looked just like him. It was very strange.
But it wasn't.
I don't think it was him, but man, it looked almost exactly like him. I support Sam Pittman doing this. So
yeah, shout out.
Thumbs up. Keep doing your thing, big man. Go get them. Woo pig. Call them hogs. If you want to go to Skinny Dip Cove, hey.
Also,
I'm in favor of it.
Shout out to a longtime YouTube listener, one of our favorite listeners, supporters, Booty Snorkeling, who asked.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, who asked, do I use a washcloth when I'm in the bathtub? Yes, I do.
We've had this discussion.
Yeah. I've broken down my bathing routine often. I use a loofah, Martin Luther King, actually, is the brand that I use, Martin Luther King brand. And I use a washcloth as well for those intimate areas that need attention.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Martin Luther King.
Martin Luther King.
Luther
Vandross. I used to actually use the Dove Men's Plus Care one that comes with the Kung Fu grip on. Very ergonomical grip on that.
Why do we need an ergonomic grip in a shower?
Because it's a man's loofah.
It's like all this man. It's like men are so like you can't have no. So nervous about anything that might be remotely like feminine, and they're like, it's got to be like man wash, man soap. Yeah, squeeze. All it is body wash. It's like, oh no, it's not body wash. It's dude juice to get your dude parts clean. Like, stop.
I don't need to take a bath with the dude juice. I'm good.
That sounds disgusting.
Hey man,
pass on dude juice.
Some of the stuff's like on Axe body spray. Like, let's get out there, spray yourself with dude spray. Right? Yeah, you like that, don't you?
Yeah, I gotta have that ergonomical grip, man. When I'm
get that ergonomic grip.
I just can't have a soft loofah in my hand. I gotta have that hard rubber.
Oh, you want a hard loofah? Yeah, you want that hard. Oh, you don't want anything soft. Sound like Jeffrey Toobin. Are you Jeffrey Toobin out here? He had a kung fu grip too, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh God. Yeah, man. Yeah, shout out to
Martin Luther King. Oh man.
But yeah, Dove men care product just make me feel so much more masculine when I'm showering, man, as opposed to other stuff. The gray bottles, it's just all just masculine. I'm a man. I'm 40.
Sorry, I'm a man. I can't be putting any.
I'm not gonna be muzzled.
I use regular Dove
Nah,
soap.
man.
It's not man Dove. It's just
I
regular
gotta use
Dove.
it. Then they got the Dove.
And I use like a sponge. It's not like Martin Luther King.
I got the Martin Luther King with the grip on the back. Yeah,
is it his face with like in loofah? Like, I have a dream to be clean. Is that what this is?
Nah, it's a pretty awesome loofah though, man. For real though, it's a pretty awesome. Loofah.
It's
got that ergonomical grip on it, man.
It's we're big ergonomics. We're big on ergonomics in here. We can't just have normal like stuff. It's got to be perfect grip every time.
I won't be muzzled using Dove Fruities flavors. Yeah, I gotta hit you with. Then they got the Dove Men Care Sport too. They got one that's got like menthol in it. Oh yeah, man, just really open you up, man. After a good workout, yeah, good stuff, man.
And I will not be muzzled like a mad dog.
One time after one of our.
Like a cool cigarette. Like, what are we? I don't know. Menthol all over my body. I don't. What are we doing?
Pack of new.
Well, Peter, you know we love our menthol.
My mom smoked menthol, so I don't know. I can't say anything. I remember that smell very well.
You know us melanated characters. We love our menthol in our life. So. We gonna get it one way or another. You do a cigarette or through a body wash. We gonna get mentally.
That really. And let me just tell you, that messed me up too as a kid. I gotta take a break real fast, but that messed me up as a kid though because I didn't. That's like the stereotype. But my mom smoked menthols, and so that really messed up my whole world of stereotypes. Like I didn't. She might have been the only white person I've seen that ever did it.
Cool
so I'm not sure. So yeah, I don't know why. I was like my whole childhood. I was just like, oh, this is what you do, and then like I was like, wait a second, this is what. Wait, hold on.
Did your mom have all like the little free stuff, like the free bag and the stuff that you trade in your points for?
She did that with it was oh yeah it was my sister my sister did that with all sorts of like I think Camel Cash.
Yeah, Camel Cash and Kool had something going on.
Yeah.
Man, that's funny, man.
No, I didn't have any of that stuff. Anyway, nonetheless, I just want to say shout out, support to Sam Pittman for keep doing his thing. If you want to go skinny dipping, man, it's fine.
Hey,
no
do
problem.
you, man?
Do you want to jump into you want to go skinny dipping or chunky dunking or whatever you want to call it? Then
might as well bring your body wash, man. Just go ahead and just hit it up.
That's right. Finish it up. Better stuff going on in Arkansas than in Florida, where Dan Mullen says that they are closing as a program until Monday to try to get back to zero COVID tests.
Just give it a couple of days, man.
Been a rough few days for old Dan Mullen and the Gators. Had a couple games canceled. A lot of positive tests, including Mullen himself. Not great.
Just take a nap.
I'd say he should go skinny dipping. I don't know. That might help him. Something.
He'll be skinny dipping by himself.
Yeah, I mean by himself, obviously. Yeah.
Socially. Social distance.
Very
It's hard to social distance in water, though.
Extreme social distance. So we had talked about the success of the NBA bubble compared to the college football bubble, but not everyone was happy with what happened in the NBA, and an interesting discussion from an NBA agent that has kind of caught a lot of folks' attention for a lot of the wrong reasons. We'll discuss that when we continue here in the Family Leisure Studios, Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, 98.5.
Sports Time with Wallow and Stacks. Weekdays from 3 to 6 on Sports 56, 98.5 FM and 96.1 FM.
Brian Smith, we love the one and only Lexus dealership in Memphis.
Thanks, Stats. The fall months are always the best time to shop for both new and pre-owned cars. We're right in the middle of model year end change. The 2020s have got to go to make room for the new 2021 models, and we continue to trade for the best pre-owned cars in the city, all makes and models.
Service is one of y'all's hallmarks.
Our award-winning service department is adhering to all socially distanced safety precautions.
You can experience amazing at Lexus of Memphis at 2600 Ridgeway and online at lexusofmemphis.com.
Customers, students, and staff expect a new level of clean. Cintas has the essential products and services to help you carry out cleaning protocols effectively. Cintas performs surface sanitizer and disinfectant spray services to common touch points. installs and refills touchless hand sanitizer dispensers, and provides commercial laundry services to help minimize employee exposure. Give everyone the confidence they need to keep coming back. Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
Fall weather is hit, and James Davis is helping celebrate game day openers with 20% off all fall merchandise starting now until the end of October. Sports shirts, sweaters, active tops, perfect for those cool nights while we all now eat outside. All new 5-pocket brush cotton pants and tons of denim are now in stock. I now make all my clothes custom to get the right fit, and the Stant custom shirt and pants system with 3 measurements and the perfect fit within a week is a must-try because it's 20% off. It will completely change the way you feel in your clothes, and you still have to look good on Zoom calls. And the greatest deal on the planet, well, that's still the 2 Paul Battendley suits for only $7.95. Unheard of deals, only through October 31st. So I would get moving to James Davis Men's Store in the Laurelwood Shopping Center.
Looking for some action on your favorite games? Action247.com is at your service. Action 24/7 free-to-play games are brought to you by Tennesseans for Tennesseans. Come play with us online at Action247.com. Our free-to-play games are fun and easy. Go to Action247.com and click Let's Play. And best of all, you can win cash prizes. That's right, cash prizes. Free to play online at Action247.com. You got action.
Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
Chris Price here for Brian Elder Roofing. The storms we've had over the past several months have been devastating to our communities. The rainy season is ahead. You may have not even noticed the dripping in your attic, water stains throughout your home, or even worse, mold and mildew. Please call Brian Elder Roofing and we will send out our project managers to assess any damage. We will not try to sell you a roof if all you need is a repair. We will measure your roof from outer space. 0% for 60 months, even no payments till 2022 are available with approved credit. If you've noticed missing shingles, water stains, leaks in your roof, call us before you call your insurance company at 867-0303. That's 867-0303, and we will provide a free, thorough inspection of your roof's condition.
Call 867-0303. Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
All 75 months at 2.99, Mirage LHO 10129, G4 LHF 07863, Eclipse LZO 15893, includes all rebates and incentives, PF 695, excludes tax, title, and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 11/1/2020 with approved credit, dealer stock only.
How about a brand new ride that gets 43 mpg highway, seats 5, plus costs less than $4 a day? We Gossett at Gossett Mitsubishi on the Pike. 2020 Mitsubishi Mirage, buy for $11,100 or $99 a month. 2020 G4, 41 mpg highway, $139 a month, or buy for $12,435. And 2020 Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross, $19,107 or $229 a month. Plus confidence today, tomorrow, and long into the future with a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Mirage, $99 a month. Mirage G4, $139 a month. And Eclipse Cross, $229 a month. Get to Gossett Mitsubishi today, 1870 Covington Pike, or shop online at memphismitsubishi.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
Listen Sundays at 11 a.m. to join Idlewild Presbyterian Church for worship. Idlewild is a PCUSA church located in Midtown Memphis.
Sports 56 traffic.
All right, we're working a new accident on the I-55 bridge southbound from Arkansas into Memphis. That lane has been closed down due to the accident on the I-55 bridge. Take the I-40 bridge as an alternate. Also, still working 2 accidents on the I-40 eastbound after Danny Thomas Boulevard. That left shoulder is still blocked. And also earlier this morning, the I-40 eastbound at Chelsea and Smith Avenue. Those 2 lanes are still blocked. So we still working those traffic areas, those accidents in those areas. So keep all of that in mind heading into downtown. And that is your Sports 56 traffic update.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good. I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
Yeah! Superfly Jimmy Snuka. Now you're talking. Now we're going really old.
Jimmy who?
It's Superfly Jimmy Snuka.
Snuka?
Snuka. Superfly Jimmy Snuka, man. One of the all-time legends.
Yeah, also a alleged murderer.
Listen, I wasn't going to bring that up, but
I will. But what was the song before this, Zach? I meant to ask you. What was we came to the last break?
That was Ricky Steamboat.
Steamboat. Gotcha.
I'm about to say Stem.
Ricky Steamboat.
Ricky STEM Academy.
He's a very educated man.
And math. Man.
You didn't know.
That's right.
Those gimmicks never worked. Those educated, smart guy gimmicks like the genius, those never.
They worked great. They worked great. The genius is still out there. Dean Douglas didn't work.
Dean Douglas didn't work.
Yeah, that's all.
I don't think Ricky Stem would have worked.
Ricky Stemboat. Hey, kids, it's time to learn. All right, so Sane, you had mentioned was a piece on The Athletic yesterday with kind of an NBA agent anonymous survey about various things that were happening in the league, about all sorts of issues, who might be on the move, who might not be on the move, who's going to do this, who's going to do that. There are all sorts of little things that were thrown out there.
Yeah.
And but there was one particular part that I know got your attention and certainly got mine as well.
Yeah, it was something I couldn't really get with. Here's the thing, man. Like, everyone knows the roles NBA agents play, and you have guys that get labeled as good agents, guys that get labeled as bad agents, and all these type of things. But the report that came out yesterday basically said that one of the agents had things to say about the NBA bubble as a whole. And I'll read the quote that was put out from The Athletic. It says they initially, meaning the NBA, did a great job by putting the bubble together, and they completely pooped the bed with all this nonsense. It didn't say poop to use the expletive, of course. They really hurt the business. All this Black Lives Matter stuff in all caps. I think that the players are being manipulated into something that they don't really understand. And I think it's a horrible look for the league, and they need to be very clear about the organization, what they stand for. If that's what the NBA wants to align with, they're really hurting themselves. They're not helping the players. They're hurting the sport. When the ratings are down 30%, who are you helping? I'm going to defer this to you, Peter, and I'll just respond after you give your initial response because, I'll let you say what you have to say, and I'll chime in behind you.
Yeah, I mean, I think well, obviously, there's a reason why this was anonymous, right out of the gate. I think this particular agent, I don't know who he represents or who he's going to represent. I don't know that he would represent too many folks too much longer after comments like that, if that's the way that he really feels. I think it's. I think his view sadly represents a lot more people than would let on. You know, I think there's a lot of people out there who hold those views, as evidenced by the people that are chiming on, that are jumping in every time the ratings come out, and the ratings are down, and the ratings are this and the ratings are that. I mean, the World Series ratings, Game 1 was the lowest rated game in the history of World Series television. Like, does that mean that baseball's got I miss all their social justice messages and Black Lives Matter, and that's why people are not watching baseball? No, it's there's the climate. Everything is down. Everything is down except for WNBA. Yeah, and those numbers are up. And
the WNBA was even more socially aware than the NBA.
They were even more. They were wearing Breonna Taylor's name, constantly.
Shirts with gunshot wounds in the
shirts.
back.
They were as socially aware as it got. I think it's absolutely insane. And it drives me incredibly crazy that people want a certain type of social awareness, but not another.
No, here's the part that bothers me, because there's something that's a common refrain that you hear a lot involving this whole thing, and I'm gonna try to kind of touch the surface of this because I don't want to get triggered by this, man. But I would try to be as calm as possible, but. I'm just gonna throw some things out to you, and I want you to tell me what you think about it. If I say feed the homeless to you, what comes to mind to you?
I mean, it's good. I would agree.
Let's get some food, feed the homeless, right? If I say stop domestic abuse, stop domestic violence, there's something that says, okay, yeah, that's right. Yeah, we do need to stop domestic violence. If I say end cruelty to animals, it makes it, yeah, animals should be treated right. I get what you're saying. Like, it's easy to understand that you're talking about a cause. You're talking about something that needs to happen, like something needs awareness to be brought to it. It's all understood to you, right? The fact that people try to take Black Lives Matter and associate that with an organization. Well, there is an organization called Black Lives Matter. But when people try to paint this picture like, oh, there's this organization called Black Lives Matter, right? And they started this thing called Black Lives Matter. You know what I mean? And like, and that's where all this came from. Like, they came from this organization, and they're like this terrorist. They're like this organization, and they don't understand. Like, this has nothing to do with it. Like, the Black Lives Matter organization was birthed from the statement saying that Black Lives Matter. And this will be the last time I'll ever explain this, period, because the people who are saying this, they know this. They know what I'm saying. They're just choosing to be ignorant. Or they're choosing to be silly, because they're not being ignorant because they are aware. They're just choosing to be silly. So the fact that so many people try to relate what the NBA did, and to relate the thing that when we were saying Black Lives Matter and trying to equate that to supporting an organization is silly, and I'm tired of talking about it. I'm tired of hearing it. It's strictly extremely offensive to hear people say it, because it's obvious that the players aren't. Well, we're supporting this Black Lives Matter organization, and that's not what they're doing. They're saying that at this point in time, Black lives should matter, but in a society in a time where they clearly don't. And to hear people, and it's crazy because we had this conversation a couple days ago. We talked about LeVar Ball, and I was saying it's crazy how agents have been, quote unquote, pimping players and manipulating their careers and making decisions for them forever. But we weren't talking about LeVar Ball. We were talking about the Lawson family. You know what I mean? And that people say that what he's doing is wrong. But NBA players are paying guys like this guy who actually have this type of garbage coming out of his mouth. And that's a much bigger issue to me.
Well, it's annoying too, and it's discriminatory for people to assume that like players don't have their own agency and they aren't aware of what's happening with the NBA and they weren't part of the whole idea. What are you talking about? Manipulating the players into doing this stuff? It's silly, and that shows such a low opinion of your clients.
Yeah,
and it just shows like you think that these players are just like, oh, okay, all right,
they tricked them into caring about their race.
They tricked me into doing this. I can't believe that it's really crazy. And as far as I'm concerned, like, I mean, no, you don't owe anyone another explanation of this, because people out there, and here I'm speaking specifically to the racists out there, that people that specifically try to confuse intentionally Black Lives Matter with some other organization or some other thing, like the concept that Black Lives Matter, and they try to mess it all up. They do that on purpose. You can't. There's no explaining something to somebody who is trying their best to make sure they can't get it, and they don't want to get it, and they never want to get it. Mm-hmm. So you can't explain it to them. It's not like you'll be able to just say, and then they're like, oh yeah, I got no. These people don't want to get it.
They don't want to get it. They
don't want to get it.
They want to just keep saying, it's a terrorist organization.
They want a reason. Like, exactly. They want a reason to keep
so ridiculous.
And so that's just what, like, we've said it before, we'll say it a million times. The perpetration of police brutality affects people of color. It affects black men, black women at a much higher proportional rate than anyone else in this country. That is why Black Lives Matter. That doesn't mean that other lives don't also matter. It means they're not the ones that are in jeopardy right now.
Right.
They're not the ones.
It's a
that
cry
are being
for
targeted.
help. It's not
They're
showing
not,
any kind of dominance.
It's
not showing.
Exactly.
It's not showing like we're superior to anyone else. It's a cry
Again,
for help.
It's like when you go to the doctor and you've broken your leg, the doctor doesn't say, all bones matter. Man.
Yeah.
I mean, I know this one's broken. Like what am I supposed to like?
Right.
Look at? No, the doctor says, oh, this particular bone is right now more important than the other bones because it's the one that needs the most help. So let's help this bone while acknowledging that the rest of your skeleton is also there and it does other things. This is silliness. Like, but this is what I'm saying. Like, people intentionally.
They're
don't
playing
want
ignorant,
to get
man.
it.
They're playing
ignorant so that they can continue to perpetuate this nonsense.
If the NBA had feed the children, oh no, what about me? What about adults? Adults don't need to eat.
Adults don't need to eat. What do you? Stop domestic abuse. What about other things that are other abuse? What about other?
Right.
No, there's always something else.
Yeah, man.
That's going on. There's always some. No one is saying that's the only issue in the world, but it's an extremely important one. In particular, when you have a league that's comprised of 80% black.
Black men.
80% black league is going to be attuned to those issues.
They don't understand. They got set up. They got tricked into doing it.
Yeah. Hoodwinked, bamboozled. like Adam Silver's like, ha ha ha, we got him this time.
Yes.
Like, what are you talking about?
Awareness.
Like, what?
Awareness of your own culture. Like,
and then this is as just another side note. Enough with awareness.
Oh, come on. Here it goes.
Enough awareness. We're all aware.
Oh, yeah, we're aware.
If you're not aware at this point,
then
you are putting your head in the sand. You're choosing not to be. You're putting your fingers in your ears. You're closing your eyes and going la 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 la. Awareness. All these leagues, all this stuff. Awareness is just a substitute for actually doing something. And the NBA took a step towards actually doing something, and that scared a lot of folks. And it reminded a lot of folks where they had that Wildcat strike, basically, where they just decided they weren't going to play a set of playoff games. That scared people to say, wait a second, if these guys actually figure out that they got a whole bunch of power here, like this could be rough, like this could be bad. People get a little scared when they see stuff like that. So then it's like, the NFL is king of awareness. Oh, we're gonna make you aware of. We're gonna wear pink stuff to make people aware of breast cancer. People know about breast cancer,
right?
Like,
but why aren't people offended by that? That's political. So
what about other cancers?
Why don't people get offended by breast cancer awareness in the NFL, NBA, or whatever? That's clearly not sticking to sports, and it's clearly political. But people, they don't have an issue with that. That's just so strange. I'm gonna respond to a text, and I'm literally gonna be done talking about this. This stuff just takes me somewhere else. I don't think the texter meant any harm, but I'm just gonna clear up his question, his concern. Texter says, same way with All Lives Matter. Why can't we agree just in that slogan and stop pointing to one race? Not doing so keeps this going in a circle that never ends. Here's my quick response to this, and I'll be done with it. Because all lives matter isn't true. We would all love for it to be true, but that's clearly not the case. If all lives matter, we wouldn't be where we are as a country. And on that note, I'm done because this is about to take me somewhere I don't want to go. So, but yeah, it's just not true. It's just not a true statement. I would love to be able to get up and proudly say that all lives matter and tell my kids that all lives matter, but I'm sorry, sir, they don't. So, that's kind of where we have. That's my response to your text, and I appreciate. I know that he said that with love. I don't think he said that trying to be spiteful like some other stuff that we get. But that's the answer to your question. All lives clearly don't matter. If they did, there wouldn't be any issues. So we can't say that.
That's it is an
unfair truth. Is what it is.
It's unfortunately where we are, and I think we've proven that as a society. Sadly, hopefully we can change that very, very soon. NFL news when we come back, including are people going to do this again and again and again and again? I guess so. We'll discuss when we continue. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, 98.5.
Memphis Tiger fans, catch the Blue and Gray Show with John Stacey and Drew Barrett Sunday nights from 5 till 7, right here on Sports 56, 98.5, and 96.1.
36-month leases, $31.49 due at signing, 0 security deposit, excludes ACQ fee, $10,000 per year, 20 cents excess mileage, $6.50 acquisition fee, Forte ME $275,992, MSRP $20,510, Soul L706 $3372, MSRP $21,885, K5 MG 003,199, MSRP $25,725, K900 MSRP $65,610, L60 $26,907, L60 $21,220, includes all rebates and incentives, PF $695, excludes tax filing license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 11/1/2020. Dealer stock only. Warranty is a limited powertrain warranty. See Kia.com or retailer for details.
Where can you find best mass market branded initial quality 5 years running for Kia with J.D. Powers? We Gossett at Gossett Kia on Mount Moriah. Take your pick.
2021 Kia Forte or 2020 Kia Soul. $149 a month lease, 36 months. 2021 Kia K5 beats Toyota Camry with more passenger cargo headroom and legroom volume, plus a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. $189 a month lease for 36 months, all just $3149 due at signing. Plus 2020 K900, $10,000 off MSRP. So come get happy at Gossett Kia, 2680 Mount Moriah or KiaMountMoriah.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
Westies, you know, the old North End Pinch District, a great Memphis tradition. Come hungry for home cooking, literally over 200 items ranging from fried green tomatoes, spinach artichoke dip, hot tamales, chili, chicken and dumplings, incredible moist and crispy chicken tenders, shrimp creole, jambalaya, gator gumbo, ribeye that includes salad and baked potato for only $23.95, smoked wet rib slabs including slaw and beans, french fries or tater tots around $24, or just a great cheeseburger and fries or tater tots for only $8.95. Come by or call for downtown delivery 543-2GO. Then top it off with Jake's original hot fudge pie. Written up as Memphis Best. Westies at 346 North Main Street. Open daily 11A to 2A. Good friends, neighborhood favorite, Westies. Westies regulars understand Westies, the North End, and we have the doors you're looking for. Check them out, westiesmemphis.com. Westies at the North End, Memphis Best.
911, what's your emergency?
There's a train that just hit a car.
Sir, what is your location? Look around for a street sign, sir.
It's 8th and Orchard. 8th and Orchard.
Okay, very good. 8th and Orchard. Sir, help is on the way.
Why would you do that? The train still hasn't stopped. You have to get there now.
At a railway crossing, even if the engineer sees you and hits the brakes, it can take a mile for the train to stop. And for you, that's too late. Stop. Trains can't. Paid for by NHTSA.
Here from Westwood One with a Thursday Night Football preview. Ian Eagle and Ross Tucker are in Philadelphia to call the action when Carson Wentz and the Eagles take on Daniel Jones and the New York Giants. Last week marked the first win of the season for the Giants and the first ever as head coach for Joe Judge.
We talked about it on the front end. There's things we had to do and play our style of ball. Sometimes you got to make it a little grimy, but that's the way we got to play sometimes. But I'm proud of the way they played, and I'm proud of the guys that they get to see some tangible results for their work. They've been working hard. I already knew they were a resilient group. I knew they were a tough group, a mentally tough group. I'm just proud they were able to get the win and that their work was rewarded.
Join us for an NFC East battle between the Eagles and the Giants coming up on Thursday Night Football.
Remember to listen to Westwood One's coverage of the NFL all season long. Right here on Sports 56, 96.1 and 87.7.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Of course we can help you find some new headlights. Here's a tip. Make sure to replace them in pairs so you'll have even lighting over time. Right now you can get a $10 AutoZone gift card by mail or email when you buy a Sylvania HID bulb. And with our free next day delivery and free same day store pickup, you can get it fast. Getting the job done just got easier. Free next day delivery on eligible orders. Restrictions at AutoZone.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Now that the storm has passed, Lowe's is ready to move home forward. Our pro team is here for your pro team every step of the way. We have the essentials to repair and rebuild, to get homes and neighborhoods back up and running. It's what we do, what we've always done, what we'll continue to do. We also offer job site delivery to save you valuable time. Find what you need in-store or 24/7 at lowesforpros.com. Lowe's, because now more than ever before, home unites us.
Hey friends, all aboard to A&J Catfish Station's newest location in Millington at 7838 Church Street. A&J Catfish Station has delicious light battered farm-raised catfish and mouth-watering big fried shrimp. Try the popular blackened catfish or fresh fried filet and whole channel catfish. Then there's mouth-watering mac and cheese, homemade tartar sauce, great burgers and fries, and fresh vegetables. Got a sweet tooth? Enjoy A&J's Peach Cobbler, voted #1 in Memphis. A&J Catfish Station, now the new location in Millington at 7838 Church Street.
Looking for some action on your favorite games? Action247.com is at your service. Action 24/7 free-to-play games are brought to you by Tennesseans for Tennesseans. Come play with us online at Action247.com. Our free-to-play games are fun and easy. Go to Action247.com and click Let's Play. And best of all, you can win cash prizes. That's right, cash prizes. Free to play online at Action247.com. You got action.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good. I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
Tito Santana. Man, I love it. Just keep on bringing the hits, don't you? On a wrestling day, we got Dustin Starr coming up. Top of the next hour, we're talking about wrestling, including frankly, one of my favorite segments on wrestling. Happened last night. We're going to talk about that. Coming up, the Seattle Seahawks are one of the teams looking at Antonio Brown, along with a few others. Seahawks have batted this thing around. Now that Antonio Brown is going to be available after Week 8, his suspension will be up. Apparently, Russell Wilson is friends with Antonio Brown. Geno Smith is also friends with him, the backup quarterback as well. They worked out with him during the offseason. And I've thought about this. Why do we keep doing this? Brown last year was kind of, seemed mentally a little out of his mind. In addition to that, he's been accused of sexual misconduct by an artist who was working at his home in 2017. He pled no contest in June to a felony burglary with battery charges and to lesser misdemeanor charges related to a moving truck incident that happened outside of his house. There's another lawsuit that he's dealing with as well by a former athletic trainer, said that she was sexually assaulted by him. With all this stuff, I know the guy is a big receiver. He's talented, all that, but I don't know why we keep doing this.
I don't know, because I think that Antonio Brown's one of those guys who I think legit has some type of mental
thing, right?
issue.
Yeah,
something going on with him, and I think that he's better served probably away from more resources and more power and more things like that. I think he needs to maybe simplify his life a little bit and get some help and get some attention in areas that he needs, because you didn't even mention the things about the sexual abuse type things that he was accused of as well.
I mentioned it.
Well, it might have went over my head. I might have missed it. That's cool. I'm still reeling from the last segment. That kind of stuff always takes me somewhere else. But yeah, and he's one of those guys who, he's definitely a talent, and in the league where talent wins. Those kind of guys will always get chances, no matter what you've done in your past. If you're good enough on the field, those type of guys, fortunately and unfortunately, will always get those second and third chances. If he gets another one, I hope he doesn't blow it. I hope he gets his stuff together, does what he needs to do to be able to compete on the field. But history kind of suggests that there won't be, that type of situation for him.
It's not worth it. It's not worth the effort. I don't quite understand it. Ryan Fitzpatrick also in the NFL News said that the decision to start Tua Tagovailoa was heartbreaking to him. He said he was shocked. It was caught off guard. It was a hard thing for me to hear yesterday. It was heartbreaking to me. My heart just hurt all day. He said, coach told him what he told him and all that. But he said, is this like my last game as an NFL starter? He said, I've been benched all kinds of different ways, but this one just hurts really more so than any of them. This organization and what we've been through in the last year and a half, this was kind of the first place other than Buffalo where I felt fully committed and invested and felt like it was my team. To have that, I think it's why my heart was so heavy yesterday. But that's the direction the organization is going to go, and I've just got to accept it. Very honest, real words from Ryan Fitzpatrick. I can't fault him for that.
Yeah, not at all. Definitely can't fault him at all. So what do you think Brown ends up? Do you think Seattle sounds like this happening?
It seems like it. I don't know. Like I said, I'm just more. I don't
worried about
I don't know what teams are
like
messing with.
Why keep screwing around Antonio Brown?
He's a good player, but like just the risk of, can you really count on the guy? Like, can you really count on his? Like, I don't get it. So. To me, it's if it didn't work with the Patriots, where they have like one of the best, most stable, situations, right. as which player, because there have been some players who had some issues and they went to the Patriots and they performed and they kind of got things straightened out and they were good to go. Like Corey Dillon, when he came to the Patriots, he was kind of, on a little bit of had some issues, but he was straightened out and he was good to go. Randy Moss, when he was able to get things more straightened out at that point. But then there were other guys who didn't, like your Albert Hainsworths of the world and Antonio Brown. And did those guys ever do anything? No, if guys aren't basically if they go through the Patriots situation, and if they're not able to deal with that, then odds are they're not able to deal with any other organization either, because that's kind of the gold standard when it comes to fit and culture and all that sort of thing. If a guy can't handle that, then I don't really know why you're messing with him in any other situation. So I don't know. Yep. To me, it's just it is what it is. The Raiders also are dealing with some issues. Trent Brown, offensive lineman, sent home on the reserve COVID-19 list. They also sent home all 5 of their starting offensive linemen yesterday because of contact tracing. So they've got they were coming off their bye week. They'll play the Bucs this weekend. But obviously when you have to send your entire offensive line home on Wednesday of a game week, that's not ideal.
Yep, not ideal at all.
You all right there saying you
I am good.
Know, I feel like you've
man. Certain things just take me certain places, bro, and it just the silliness of just how. No, I'm good, though, bro.
We gotta. I know it's tough. It's tough. Man.
It's so wild, man. It's just so wild. Like there are NBA players who, forever have been paying agents like a percentage of their salary to manage their affairs, and this is the heart of one of those said guys. Like to think that those players got hoodwinked into all this social stuff about what are you talking about, man? Oh man, but Rich Paul is the bad guy. Got to get the Rich Pauls out of the NBA, man. Get those guys.
We are going to talk wrestling with our friend Dustin Starr coming up next. It also happens to be Dustin Starr's birthday.
Oh, it is.
So it's an exciting,
out.
Situation there. So we're going to talk that next. Hour number 3 on the way in the Family Leisure Studios. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, 98.5.
You get to choose that Gossett Kia on the Pike. Right now, take your pick from 2021 Kia Forte or 2020 Kia Soul. $149 a month lease, 36 months. Plus the all-new 2021 Kia K5 with more passenger cargo headroom and legroom volume than Toyota Camry. Plus a warranty that blows Toyota away with a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Now $189 a month lease, 36 months. And get 2020 K900, $10,000 off MSRP. So get your Kia on at Gossett Kia 1900 Covington Pike or shop 24/7 KiaCovingtonPike.com. Ask for Bobby J and he'll put you in a new Kia today.
Leases $31.49 due at signing. 0 security deposit excludes ACQ fee $10,000 per year. 20 cents excess mileage. $650 acquisition fee. Forte ME $275,992 MSRP $20,510. Sold L706 $3372 MSRP $21,885. K5 MG 003,199 MSRP $25,725. K900 MSRP $65,610. L60 $26,907. L60 $21,220. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF $695 excludes tax title and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 11/1/2020. Dealer stock only. Warranty is a limited powertrain warranty. See Kia.com or retailer for details.
Even in times like these, special occasions happen. And when an occasion calls for special, it calls for 117 Prime, Memphis's premier downtown dining destination. From the spectacular 36-ounce porterhouse paired with a Ferrari Carano Cabernet, to the jumbo lump crab cakes, to the raw bar with oysters fresh off the boat from the Gulf and the East Coast, there is simply no finer dining experience in Memphis than 117 Prime in the heart of downtown. These are complicated times, but if you want simply the best, you want 117 Prime.
I want to do some bragging rights. Hey, I was just the other day overhearing a conversation with Big Mike, the manager of DeSoto Auto Sales. They've got people buying cars all over the country. North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Arkansas, Texas. People from all over the country buy cars at DeSoto Auto Sales in Olive Branch, Mississippi. Why? DeSoto Auto Sales has the most stringent car inspection in America. They get it right the first time. Quality and low mileage. Factory warranty on most vehicles. My favorite part is the people who work there. Big Mike, all the employees are professional, friendly, and go that extra mile. Expect as you walk in the door, you're treated like family. DeSoto Auto Sales understands your time matters. We can help you find your dream car and get all the paperwork finished in less than an hour. Come see us at DeSoto Auto Sales and be part of our family. Have a great buying experience every time. 662-890-7184.
I hired Nuptial Num-Nums to cater my wedding, and it was a disaster. Everyone was raving about the food instead of my dress.
No matter how hard you work for your small business, online reviewers will find something to complain about.
They're like, oh, Veronica, the lamb chops. Did the lamb chops fly you out to Cancun?
And while Progressive can't save you from these trolls, we can help you save money on commercial, auto, and business insurance.
I will not be hiring them for my next wedding.
Get a quote online today at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliated and third-party insurers.
Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
Chris Price here for Brian Elder Roofing. The storms we've had over the past several months have been devastating to our communities. The rainy season is ahead. You may have not even noticed the dripping in your attic, water stains throughout your home, or even worse, mold and mildew. Please call Brian Elder Roofing and we will send out our project managers to assess any damage. We will not try to sell you a roof if all you need is a repair. We will measure your roof from outer space. 0% for 60 months, even no payments till 2022 are available with approved credit. If you've noticed missing shingles, water stains, leaks in your roof, call us before you call your insurance company at 867-0303. That's 867-0303, and we will provide a free, thorough inspection of your roof's condition.
Call 867-0303. Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
Hey everybody, I'm out here at Olive Branch looking at all these new Silverados at All Star Chevrolet, and guess what? It's Trucktober, and nobody has more new Silverado trucks than right here at All Star Chevrolet, and I'm seeing them right now. Look at this. You can get the Trucktober thousands in cash off price, up to $5,000 in cash back. Holidays are coming. In fact, they're already here. All Star Chevy has all these new 2020 Chevy SUVs and trucks with cash back deals in the thousands. New 3-row Traverse, new Equinox, Impala, or Malibu, all come with thousands in Chevy cash back for you. Remember, it's not Mount Moriah, not Covington Pike, not Collierville or South Haven. It's got to be Olive Branch, people. And the certified pre-owned lot is full. Impalas, Malibus, Tahoes, and Suburbans. And everyone at All-Star Chevy has one job, just one job, to make sure you have more fun, get the best deal, and in record time. So find new roads to All-Star Chevy on Kraft Goodman Road or online at allstarautogroup.com. Beat any dealer's ad price any day at All-Star Chevrolet. Best financing for everyone.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis, W253DF Memphis, WPGFLP Memphis, and WIVG Tunica Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations.
Sports 56 traffic.
All right, so on I-40 eastbound at Chelsea, that has been cleared, but we still have major delays in the downtown area. Both bridges are having delays. On the I-55 bridge, one lane is open southbound that's going from West Memphis into the city of Memphis. So I-55 bridge is one lane is open, but expect big delays. On I-40 bridge, we're still no crashes on that bridge, but expect big delays as traffic is still trying to filter on through. Now, we have a accident on the roadways at Dexter Road at North Germantown Parkway. That's Dexter Road at North Germantown Parkway. And that is your Sports 56 traffic update.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
Well, there's no question who this is. Ho! Tough guy.
When his eyes used to get crossed up, that was my favorite part.
His eyes are always crossed. You never could tell where he was looking. Here we go.
There were guys like that there were guys like Hacksaw Jim Duggan that you think back on, like did he ever hold any championship ever? Like not just the world title. Like
I think he was like the U.S. champion in WCW at one point, but.
I mean, like in the WWF, was he ever?
No,
anything? Intercontinental.
He was the champion of. He was a king. He was king for a while. He was King Duggan.
Yeah,
that was kind of a pseudo championship that they had for.
And there's so many guys back then that
USA.
It's so many guys that we thought were just great. Guys we thought were just great wrestlers. They were just mid-carders. Like, they never got past the mid-card.
No, but that doesn't matter, though. I don't care. Like that, you have to have. Yeah, we'll talk. I mean, let's bring in our friend Dustin Starr to talk about this. But you have to have you got to have a card. You got to have a main event. You got to have mid card. You got to have beginning. You got to have middle. You got to have end. You got to have the whole thing. Like it doesn't work. Those are some of my favorites. That's why I was on the Intercontinental Championship was my favorite title because that was the workers' title. That was the one where you could see guys that actually would get out there. And then you need like a Hacksaw Jim Duggan who could come out and just go, "Ho, USA!" and the crowd's like, "Yeah," and a little like, they can't all be like, the Japanese 20-minute technical wrestling fest. You got to have a little bit of everything. Good morning and happy birthday, Dustin Starr.
Oh, thank you, tough guy.
Tough guy.
And hey, 1995 WCW when Hacksaw Jim Duggan jumped from WWF over to WCW with Hulk Hogan. He was awesome, man. They had him beating people. He was a legit tough guy. He was United States champion, and I think he was the very last WCW television champion. And Peter's right, man.
I think so.
Got a guy. Yeah, you have to have guys that can fill. And he was also a janitor at the end of WCW too. But he was a guy that could do it all, man. He could do the comedy. He was tough at first, and then in his later years, he was still had a spot because he would make people smile and he would get people chanting. That was his deal. And he'll forever be known as the guy that carried the 2x4. And one of my favorite things of being in the locker room with these guys is I feel like I've matured to the level to where I can approach them and tell them how much I really respected and enjoyed their work and not be like a typical, quote, mark, like, oh, he's marking out the locker room. I'm not taking selfies and stuff like that, but I'm definitely going up and letting them know that, man, you guys impacted my childhood. I got to watch you growing up, and I really enjoyed it. And those guys really love that, and so do I, man. It was so cool meeting Hacksaw Jim Duggan. And for those guys to be nice guys, too, a lot of the good guys in wrestling are like legit heels in real life, and the bad guys always seem to be the nicest guys that you meet. But Hacksaw was super duper cool, man. I'm glad you brought Hacksaw up. Love him.
Oh,
oh!
I mean, as a kid, how you just like it was just. I don't know. You just say ho, and you say USA, and that's all you gotta do. It's the Hacksaw Jim Duggan started.
I don't remember any moves he had at all. I just remember that.
He had the 3-point stance where he would just run into a guy, and that was
He would just tackle some dude. Yeah, it was like
he did like a body slam and a punch.
I remember that.
That's all he needed.
Yeah, I mean, it was, and he had guys. As long as you had a guy that would bump for him, it would be great. And like some guy would just take a big old bump, and there you go. Like you're good to go. Like it was fantastic. He was an icon back in the day. And apparently Jimmy Duggan liked to have some fun back in the 80s. Like so many did. Jim Duggan was him and the Iron Sheik got busted in the car in 1987 with a little of that nose candy that seemed to be going around back in those days quite a bit. A little bit of that.
If you haven't seen the Iron Sheik documentary, it's free to watch on YouTube, and it is one of the best documentaries I've ever seen. And Hacksaw takes you through the story of when they did get pulled over and just how much of an impact that had on his career and the Sheik's career. Because at that time, it was like headline news. Oh, no, a good guy wrestler and a bad guy wrestler were riding together and doing drugs? Like, what?
This is crazy.
It was big.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, don't expose the business. Now things are obviously a little bit different. Now that being said, though, Dustin, I got to talk to you about this. I posted the video in preparation for this last night. AEW. I just want to say, I really like what AEW is doing, just in general. And if you can't have a normal wrestling show where you have fans and you do the normal thing, you have to kind of come up with creative things. I love that they have creative people. Jericho being the most obvious one, but MJF is right there too. And I love the fact they let them do this. They did a full-on Broadway-style musical song, complete with choreography, like a duet where they're going back and forth. MJF can actually sing, legit sing, for real, can carry a tune. I've watched this probably 4 or 5 times. It's so. It remind me of This Is Your Life with The Rock and Mick Foley. Yeah. I just think if you're doing a wrestling show, you got to like make some show in it. And I just love the fact that they're willing to do this and they have guys that can pull it off. I thought it was like one of my favorite segments I've seen in ages.
Bravo, kudos. Whoever came up with the idea was great. And then also just the execution, the way that it was shot, the humor. If you didn't like it, you're probably not a wrestling fan or you just don't like to be entertained. I saw people on Twitter that were WWE, fans were killing it, acting like it was the worst thing that they've ever seen. AEW fans were loving it. They're trying to act like AEW is bringing realistic storylines and, they're keeping up with the records and just trying to be a little more legit. I get it. That's cool. But when you got a guy like Jericho, you don't need him to wrestle every single week. When is the last time you saw MJF wrestle a match? Probably the pay-per-view, right?
I was going to say it's been a few weeks, yeah.
Yeah, it's been a minute. These guys don't have to wrestle every week, and they shouldn't. And that doesn't mean they should be a Brock Lesnar and not show up. But, I mean, these guys show up, and if they have a 5-minute segment or a 3-minute segment or a 10-minute segment, they don't have to be in the ring wrestling. They can be entertaining us in so many different ways. And I don't know that there's any two guys out there that could have pulled this off like they did. It was fantastic. I loved it. And like you said, I watched it over and over again. And when the ratings come out today, and again, I'll preface this with saying that I don't think that ratings are 100% the end-all, be-all, but that's what we're used to looking at because of the Monday Night Wars with professional wrestling. But I would venture to say that segment smashed whatever was going on NXT on the other channel. Absolutely smashed it. It was great. I loved it.
And I think, well, I was going to say, Shane, go ahead now.
Yeah, I saw an interesting story this morning about something that came out of the Arn Anderson podcast that I thought was pretty wild, but totally not surprised when I read it. It said that Arn Anderson says that he thinks that former WWE wrestler David Otunga was kept on the payroll well past when he needed to be there simply because Vince was using it as a play to try to get Jennifer Hudson to sing at WrestleMania. I thought that was hilarious. I was like, that wouldn't surprise me at all. That just imagine being a guy who you're being held on to by WWE because Vince wants your wife to come sing. He wants your wife to come sing at WrestleMania. Yeah, classic Vince McMahon move, and not surprised at all by that.
No, me either. I worked with David Otunga, super nice guy, really, really, really smart guy, and we worked out in the ring and became friends and stuff. And we never really talked about Jennifer Hudson, but when you mentioned that, did you see Elias? His performance on Monday Night Raw?
I heard about it. Yeah.
I thought it was great. They put the guitar on Jeff Hardy for just a second, and he rocked out kind of like in a surprising fashion. So I think we're going to see like at least a guitar off or something between Jeff, because he's a legit musician, Jeff Hardy is. So Jeff and Elias, and then you mentioned that MJF was a singer for many years. There's some very embarrassing videotapes out there of him singing and dancing as a kid, but then also Jericho's a rock star. So I wouldn't doubt it at all that they saw value in David Otunga, but then also if your wife is one of the most famous singers, why not try to encourage her to come on? Because there's all sorts of national anthems. There's Kid Rock performing at WrestleMania, just all sorts of stuff for these stars nowadays. And you know how they like to cross promote and cross over and everything.
Well, I think it's increasingly an important part of what they, kind of what they have to do going forward. Give me the update, Dustin, on how things are going for you guys with Championship Wrestling, and you're part of the United Wrestling, which is got a whole bunch of different groups around the country working together to try to get this thing going. Where are you guys stand on all of this as you guys try to figure out a way forward through all the various COVID related issues and stuff that are happening?
Well, we're filming brand new episodes every week, and we're doing it without an audience. And it's similar to WWE and AEW, but then also different in the sense that we don't have anybody ringside. So it's literally silent. The only thing that you hear are the broadcasters, which is different because typically with an audience there, you can't hear what the broadcasters are saying. So that's kind of changed the game a little bit. But the United Wrestling Network, they are about to go back into production for Championship Wrestling from Arizona, which is another program that that is similar to the Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, and that's under the United Wrestling Network. They launched a weekly live pay-per-view. So the only wrestling companies doing live television at this point are WWE, AEW, and the United Wrestling Network Primetime Live that you can get on Fight TV, and you can get it on any of your regular pay-per-view providers. You can get the entire month. It's like a package of the entire month for like $23.99 or something. And then Fight gives you a coupon to where it makes it cheaper to get it the next time. But I mean, they've got guys booked on there like Mike Bennett, who just left WWE. You've got Peter Avalon, who's AEW, that'll actually be at our show on Halloween, but they've allowed him to come and compete for the United Wrestling Network's world title. Davey Boy Smith Jr., Fred Rosser, who was Darren Young in the WWE. So a lot of really Eric Redbeard, who was Eric Rowan in the WWE. So a lot of guys that are fresh off of worldwide television exposure are now working with the United Wrestling Network. And, of course, with our show, we're kind of waiting on the pandemic to end, and then we'll have either I don't know what we're going to call it yet, if it's going to be Memphis Championship Wrestling or Championship Wrestling from Memphis. But CW30 is absolutely 1,000,000% interested in helping us make this creation come since day one. And so there's a lot of syndicated programs that United Wrestling Network has where they syndicate the Hollywood programs similar to what we do. But we like to feel that we do it a little differently because we have so much different content on our show every week that you don't get on any of the other programs. And they're also syndicated across 120 different stations. So it's basically national television exposure when you work with the United Wrestling Network. And then, of course, pay-per-view hits everywhere. So it's going very well, and I can only imagine that it'll, like we talked about last week, it'll get even hotter when we're allowed to sell tickets and have fans back into the building. And David Marquez, the president of the United Wrestling Network, and myself too, we feel very, very strongly about the COVID and the testing and all that kind of stuff. And the last thing that we want to do is put any of the performers in jeopardy, but then also to put any of the fans in jeopardy. And you kind of see what's going on. And like Joey Janela, he didn't make the world title tournament last night against Kenny Omega because he wrestled a guy that tested positive for COVID just over the weekend. So these independent shows, you know, they just have to be more careful. They have to be more careful with the testing and the social distancing. And I know that there's a lot of people out there, believe it or not, that don't believe. So I don't, until people start believing, it's going to be really hard to have fans back. I'm actually very surprised at college football and the NFL and the amount of people that you see that are allowed to watch without masks and stuff like that. And I guess I'm a little more strict on it too. My wife is we're about to have a baby, so I'm wearing a mask every single place that I go. And believe it or not, I get mask shamed sometimes as well. So.
Yeah, we believe it. And I hate that. I hate that stuff. I mean, I definitely believe it. Man, it drives you insane to think about that stuff. Still having at this point in time with all this stuff. I mean, just crazy. There was the whole Raw Underground. If you notice, it hasn't been on for a couple of weeks. Yeah.
So the story that I got from the inside, and I think it did leak onto the internet, is that literally every single person there, including Shane McMahon. Now this is what I've heard. So I mean, don't kill me like Twitter will kill me for this, but I heard that each and every one of those guys tested positive for COVID. And so that's why that segment wasn't there for the last couple of weeks. Wow. And including Shane. We haven't seen Shane in a couple of weeks. You noticed that Tom Phillips, the host of Raw, and Samoa Joe, they were gone for several weeks and weren't really mentioned. Michael Cole filled in. I know that Jerry Lawler was on the program as well. Those guys tested positive, and AJ Styles has come out, and several superstars have come out and said that they've tested positive for it. So I know that now they're doing everything that they can, but unfortunately, I don't know that you can get around it at this point. But if I do catch it, guys, I want the weekend version.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I want
for
the
sure.
weekend version. I
don't want to. Exactly. I'd rather not deal with it at all if we can help it. There was another thing too last night that happens from time to time, and it was very scary at the end. Alex Reynolds and AEW gets hit hard off of a double leg drop spot, and he looked like he just got tatered right there. And I think it looks like he ended up walking off on his own power, but he was out cold. And at one point they're trying to drag him out of the ring and get the referee's attention and say, look, it was just stop, get this guy. It was tough to watch in that one, Dustin. That's a tough situation when you're in there and somebody's legit knocked out. But that was a little scary.
I got goosebumps popping up everywhere when you just mentioning that. That is horrific watching that. For me to watch that, you're allowing a guy to come off the top rope with a leg drop, and he literally hits right on top of your head. And if you guys are listening right now and you're not a wrestling fan and you don't watch, just go on Twitter and type in Alex Reynolds and watch his arms and his legs. Because immediately when they hit him, his arm stiffens up, and you can see his fingers kind of go a little, it's just not natural. And he's literally out cold. His legs are laying on top of one another. He is out in the ring for minutes before anybody really realizes, because they think he's selling. They think that that's just part of the show, and so they finally get him out of there. I remember being at the studio when I was still training. I was setting up the ring and watching the wrestling and learning in the live Memphis wrestling days. And I remember Bulldog Reigns dropping an elbow drop on Rick Havoc, and his hip hit him right in the head, and Rick's arms and legs just stiffened up like a board, and he went into a seizure in the middle of the ring on live television. They had to stop the show live to attend to him, and that was an injury that he suffered headaches for a long time, and it put him out of the business. Something as simple as an elbow drop or a leg drop. Now, last night was off the top rope, but just any little thing. I think Finn Balor got his jaw broken on a punch, if I'm not mistaken. So all these little moves that you think are just, textbook, regular everyday moves where you can't get hurt, all they know how to fall and all that kind of stuff. Man, Alex Reynolds, if he's okay, which I hope he is, and he got lucky. This is stuff like that is career ending, and it was just, I saw it immediately and just thought, oh my gosh, my heart sunk.
They got to do a better job of getting him out of. They got to do a better job of getting him out of the ring quicker and stopping things. That was a scary situation.
He even got up and did a spot with the Bucks.
Yeah,
he could barely even stand up. Yeah, and so finally, that's when they got him out. They were like, okay, something's wrong with this guy. Let's get him out of here.
No, that's exactly right.
Scary moment.
We'll follow again. You heard Dustin talk about it. Watch this Saturday at noon, CW30, and of course you got the Halloween Spooktacular that's going on as well. Halloween Day over at to benefit the Hero Empowerment Center, which is going to be a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to all of that. We'll talk more about that next week for sure. Dustin, have a good one, buddy. Happy birthday!
Hey man, thank you. I'm gonna go eat some cake. I've been saving up for this cake.
Absolutely. Cheat day, baby. Let's go. Let's get it.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Have fun, man. And happy birthday, Dustin Starr, joining us, our good friend. He talks wrestling with us every Thursday. Coming up next, we're going to talk about a very special event that's happening to honor a very special coach in the area. Film Indy Memphis, something very, very cool that's happening. We're going to discuss that next here. Pete and Sam with you. Sports 56 Mornings, live from the Family Leisure Studios. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 96.1, 98.5.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ. Listen to us daily on AM 560, 98.5 FM, and 96.1 FM.
Westies, the Old North End Pinch District, a great Memphis tradition. Come hungry for home cooking, literally over 200 items ranging from fried green tomatoes, spinach artichoke dip, hot tamales, chili, chicken and dumplings, incredible moist and crispy chicken tenders, shrimp creole, jambalaya, gator gumbo, ribeye that includes salad and baked potato for only $23.95, smoked wet rib slabs including slaw and beans, french fries or tater tots around $24, or just a great cheeseburger and fries or tater tots for only $8.95. Come by or call for downtown delivery 543-2GO. Then top it off with Jake's original hot fudge pie. Written up as Memphis Best. Westies at 346 North Main Street. Open daily 11A to 2A. Good friends, neighborhood favorite, Westies. Westies regulars understand Westies, the North End, and we have the doors you're looking for. Check them out, westiesmemphis.com. Westies at the North End, Memphis Best.
Water damage to your home or business can be an absolute nightmare. And the faster you remove the standing water, the faster you can prevent secondary damage. Landmark Construction and Emergency Services specializes in water extraction. They have been a trusted name in the Mid-South for over 20 years. They are a Memphis-based company ready to serve your needs with their 24-hour emergency response. They are always on call and will respond within an hour. They work with most insurance companies and are the official restoration contractor of the Memphis Tigers home team. Landmark Construction and Emergency Services can't prevent disasters in your home and at your business, but their water damage team will certainly respond quickly to minimize and restore the damage. Call 901-452-0390. That's 901-452-0390 or online at landmarkco.org.
36-month leases, $31.49 due at signing, 0 security deposit, excludes ACQ fee, $10,000 per year, 20 cents excess mileage, $6.50 acquisition fee, Forte ME $275,992, MSRP $20,510, Soul L706 $3372, MSRP $21,885, K5 MG 003,199, MSRP $25,725, K900 MSRP $65,610, L60 $26,907, L60 $21,220, includes all rebates and incentives, PF $695, excludes tax final license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 11/1/2020. Dealer stock only. Warranty is a limited powertrain warranty. See Kia.com or retailer for details.
Where can you find best mass market branded initial quality 5 years running for Kia with J.D. Powers? We Gossett at Gossett Kia on Mount Moriah. Take your pick, 2021 Kia Forte or 2020 Kia Soul. $149 a month lease, 36 months. 2021 Kia K5 beats Toyota Camry with more passenger cargo headroom and legroom volume, plus a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. $189 a month lease for 36 months, all just $31.49 due at signing. Plus 2020 K900, $10,000 off MSRP. So come get happy at Gossett Kia, 2680 Mount Moriah or KiaMountMoriah.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
At Jason's Deli, you can stuff yourself full of great deli food that's healthy, fresh, and best of all, it's not expensive. Jason's Deli is all about choice. Whether you're looking for a gluten-free menu, vegetarian sandwiches, healthy kids' meals, or if you'd like to invent your sandwich via the build-your-own selections, Jason's Deli has you covered. And they only use fresh, wholesome ingredients. Choose from the club and specialty sandwiches, paninis, wraps, soups, salads, pastas, and much more. I love the cleanliness in the restaurant, the hospitality, and of course the cost. They have a huge salad bar and great soups, including Southwest chicken chili, fire roasted tortilla, organic vegetable, tomato basil, and many, many more. And if you're planning an event, their catering department is fantastic and can handle any size party. Go check out Jason's Deli's 4 locations. On Ridgeway in the Park Place Center, that's my favorite, on Germantown Parkway in Cordova, at Poplar and Highland, and on Goodman Road in Olive Branch.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
My man Ravishing Rick Rude right here.
That was the man.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Cut my music. Oh,
yeah.
you fat, out of shape.
Alabama, Nashville.
Sweat hogs. Let me take my robe off.
Your ladies, take a look at a real man. Yeah, bro. They'll get much better than Rick Rude, bro.
Oh, man. Ravishing Rick Rude. Absolutely. Remember we put Jake the Snake's wife on his trunks, like right there, put her face right on it.
Yeah, man.
I mean, that's, man.
Yeah, don't get much better.
Legendary, man. Welcome back as we continue hour number 3, brought to you by our friends at Acura of Memphis. I mentioned that we've got something very special here because it's a very special event and a very special film that is going to be out here. Anthony Sane, tell us a little bit more about this.
Well,
and our guest.
Legendary coach Jerry Johnson, former legendary coach from Lamont Owen College. They have a documentary about him that's going to be in the Indie Memphis Film Festival coming up very soon. Actually going on now. So we're going to have Coach William Anderson, who is the current coach of Lamont Owen, and he's also featured in the documentary. He's going to talk to us about the documentary. I want to talk to him about Lamont Owen now, the focus on HBCUs, and just several things as well. And Coach Anderson, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Good. Good to have you on today, bro. Good to have you on. Just taking a look at the documentary. For those of us who haven't seen it, tell us what we can expect if we were to take a look at the documentary.
Well, of course, it's based around a sports story, a basketball sports story, but I say it's a true American story of perseverance and determination and success. And you'll see 57 years of that type of perseverance that it took Coach Johnson in order to win a national championship here in the city of Memphis.
Yeah, that national championship that they won that year, a lot of people may not realize that not only was he the first black coach to win that national championship, also the first HBCU to win that championship as well. Being part of that legacy, how big are those shoes that you feel like that you're currently standing in now?
Oh, those shoes are really big. You know, all of us who played for Coach Johnson or who have came through the Lemoyne basketball sports factory, I call it a factory over there. You know, we've always heard the legacy that the college holds with the reputation Coach Johnson has of learning the game from Johnny McClendon, who, of course, learned the game from Dr. Naismith.
And that's the thing, is that his legacy is incredible. You're talking about a coach who, 102 years old now, and I mean, what an icon. And for those that don't know, I mean, to learn basically from Dr. Naismith himself, I mean, one person removed from the inventor of the game, and then to have the kind of impact he had on you, Coach Anderson, but also so many others. I mean, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of young men who have gone on to all sorts of great things in their lives. What was it like to be coached by him? What have you taken in your coaching style from Coach Johnson?
Well, looking back on it, of course, now, it was really remarkable to have the opportunity to learn the game from someone of his stature. It was basically going to class every day. It was a learning lesson every day. He made us study the game to understand how to play the game correctly, how to execute the proper fundamentals of the game at the correct time. So, looking back now, I realized that, learned the game from a true legend. I mean, it's remarkable to even think about it in those terms.
We're of course talking.
You're talking.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, talking to William Anderson here, the head coach of Lemoyne Owen and former player under the legendary Jerry Johnson, 46 years and national championship at Lemoyne Owen, and you were kind of a part of making this film happen and helping to get things going. And I think it's really neat to see a young man, native Memphian, a Memphis College of Art graduate, Mariko Coleman, who directed this. It's been all over a lot of different film festivals around the world. There'll be a screening and a Q&A at the Stax Museum coming up on October 26th at 6:30. You can get virtual tickets now. What was the process like to get this started with Mariko, and how did all that go?
Well, I guess it was just a blessing from God, to be honest with you. When Coach Johnson retired in 2005, of course, he retired as the winningest coach in any division. He had more wins than anybody in the game in basketball at that time. And so we would get a lot of calls to the college about interviewing, him doing interviews and things of that nature. And one of the calls that we got was from the gentleman who did the ESPN doc, Black Magic, where he chronicled HBCUs and their basketball legacy and the NBA players that went. Well, Coach Johnson declined to be a part of the documentary, and actually, a year or two after the documentary came out, he flew to Memphis, met with Coach Johnson, and it kind of went in my head. Coach needs his own. We need to tell Coach's story. Just seeing those two talk about the history of basketball, and Coach just really didn't understand what the documentary he was putting together was going to be actually about. Mm-hmm. So that kind of sparked the idea of, hey, let's do Coach's own documentary about his life story. And so during that time, Mariko, I think he had just finished a couple projects here in Memphis, and a couple mutual friends said, hey, it's the guy, and a young budding star, just graduated from the Memphis College of Art. He may be a good person to take a look at and put something together for Coach, and had the opportunity to get him and Coach to sit down and talk, and they clicked from day one, and that's how it started.
Coach Anderson, we often talk on the show about how much the different roles that coaches play in young men's lives, and the responsibility that you guys have as far as getting young black men and just cultivating them as men and also as athletes. How much of your particular job, especially coming from someone like Coach Johnson, how much of that, how much of your job do you think is that mentoring father figure type role as opposed to just the X's and O's of being a coach?
That's probably the majority of my job, is to help develop these young men into future leaders and inspire them to be successful, not only in basketball on the court, but, in life. So, the things we try to instill are some of the same things Coach Johnson instilled in me and in others. And that's just, learning to persevere through adversity and just try to be the best that you can be with what you have to work with. And so with that belief, we believe that our guys come out, they know that education is important. We have a very high graduation rate. It's just as Coach Johnson did in his day. And, our guys believe they can go compete with anybody from any institution in America.
We've seen, Coach Anderson, we've seen that HBCUs have started to get higher profile recruits in certain situations than in years past. We've seen, some Howard in particular is really pushing, and some on the football side. We've seen a couple of big name recruits really, starting to significantly look at HBCUs as an option for them, something that was previously just thought to not really be a realistic thing. Within the HBCU culture and the fact that kids can go and young black men and women can go and kind of be surrounded by other black men and women, other young, not just be a part of 5-10% of this or that, but just can be kind of themselves. What do you tell recruits and kids when they can go to an HBCU about that experience and what that can do for their life?
Well, HBCUs today, are more diverse than we've ever been. And today, I actually saw the trend before the protest started this summer. I saw a trend, particularly on the West Coast, where there are not a lot of HBCUs, of a lot of those students wanting to come and obtain a HBCU experience, and that experience is more of a nurturing environment. It's different when you have more people that you can reach out to that understand, some of the things that you're going through, and and have gone through things similar to what you are going through. So, I can see why this generation of young people, they understand that they can be successful no matter where they go and what they do. Technology, the way technology is today, and the resources that they have, it's just about going to the right place with the right people that can help you and inspire you to be successful and put you in a position of success. So, and that could be at a HBCU or a PWI. for it just depends on the individual and what they really want out of their college experience. And I think people are realizing that, you can if you can play this game, they're going to find you no matter where you go.
Right.
So, it's just about what experience you want.
Yeah, I think that we've seen that over the last few years, that if you are good enough, and if you are talented, you will be found. There's no chance that you will go unnoticed, and I think that's a special thing. Do you talked about the way that you approach this thing when you see Coach Johnson and the legacy that he's had, and on so many folks, yourself very much included. As a coach, does that start to make you think about what it's going to be like 20, 30 years down the line when you see some of your players now, what they're going to be? Is that kind of what you start to think about in terms of shaping their future?
That's what I've always thought about. The first question I ask, if I'm talking to a young man, obviously I know he can play. So that the majority of the conversation is about what do you want to do in your life? What do you want to major in? Where do you see yourself 20 years from now when basketball is over? And the young men who I've had an opportunity to bring to the college, a lot of them have a vision for themselves. Of course, they want to play basketball after college and pursue some type of professional career, and that's a dream for all people who play a sport. They want to continue to play it at the highest level, but the way you truly measure the impact of a coach is to see, what the young people that he had an opportunity to work with, what they go on and do in life 20 or 30 years. And I mean, Coach Johnson is back in 1994 when the Black College Association hosted that game where they brought, I think it was Arkansas, and Nolan Richardson was the coach at the time. Coach Finch, they had John Thompson and George Raveling, and they honored Coach Johnson at the banquet, at the BCA banquet, as a coach's coach, because when you look at what his players have gone and done, to be, a mayor of the city, to be, one of the top-ranking police officers in the city, to be in politics at a very high level, several different ones have done that. And, not only is it the ones that have played for him, but, others who worked in the program, whether they were team managers or Myron Lowry, he started as the commentator, as a team manager and a commentator for the, he did the games. He commentated the games. Or Bertie Sells to go on to be the coach that he had become. So when you look at the individuals who Coach Johnson touched and what they've gone to do, you really see the impact of what a coach's impact should be. And so, of course, I aspire to hopefully look back one day and see several of the young men and women that I had the opportunity to work with to do some of the same things that the ones that Coach Johnson have done.
I think we all have coaches that have had that kind of an effect on us, and it's a very special position. And you were taught by one of the absolute best that's ever done it, Jerry Johnson, 102 years old now, 821 wins, 46 years, a national championship, the very first black coach to win a men's Division III national basketball championship back in 1975. The SIAC Tennessee Coaches Hall of Fame, Coach of the Year, Fayetteville State Hall of Fame, Lifetime Achievement Award winner from the city of Memphis, has a street named after him. All this stuff. He is really the story of a perseverance and hard work and what this country is all about. You can see the movie directed by Mariko Coleman, First Forgotten Champions: The Legacy of Jerry C. Johnson, on the big screen at Stax on Monday, 6:30. You can also go to IndyMemphis.org for your tickets and get it virtually as well. Congratulations to you. Continued success Coach Anderson, thanks so much for joining us, and looking forward to getting you back on to actually talk about the season. Hopefully we can get through it with all the COVID stuff. I know it's a challenging time for all the coaches out there, so let's get our fingers crossed and hope we can do it.
Thank you, and I appreciate you having us on, and I hope that the listeners go out and watch the film. It's also the only, Lemoyne's the only school to ever win a NCAA any division national championship in the state of Tennessee. So, I think that goes unsaid a lot. Right. And I think that, people got to understand the impact. In the state of Tennessee, we've got one men's national championship in the NCAA, and that little bitty HBCU over there in South Memphis is the one that holds that title right now. So, I've challenged Penny to bring. I challenged Penny in the University of Memphis.
Step the game up.
Let's bring one on home. Let's bring another one on home. So,
appreciate you,
all
Coach
the listeners out there, when the pandemic does end, if you want to see an exciting brand of basketball, come check us out over in Bruce Johnson Hall.
Sounds good.
Appreciate it. Thanks so much, Coach.
All right, thank you.
Coach William Anderson joining us here to talk about the legacy of Jerry Johnson. It's a great film, definitely worth your time. Indy Memphis doing some great stuff, and this is a film you need to go see. For sure. We'll come back and finish it up as we roll on here with hour number 3. Now to you, our friends at Acura Memphis, Real Sports Talk, Sports 56 96.1 98.5.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio. We are Sports 56, 98.5, and 96.1.
I know the sweetest thing in Memphis, and I know it's been around for 115 years. I'm talking about Dinstall's, and it's time to stock up heavy on Cashew Crunch, Heavenly Crunch, Turtlettes, all of your favorite Dinstall's treats. So easy to get. The sweetest thing in Memphis, all you have to do is head to Laurelwood or head to Germantown and Poplar right across from the hospital, or go where they make the candies. That's on Pleasant View. There's nothing that says Memphis better than Cashew Crunch with that little tinge of coconut, or the Turtlettes. Let's face it, there's nothing better than Dinstall's chocolate. That's the mainstay of all candies, isn't it? Milk chocolate, although their dark chocolate is pretty darn good. And if you get the peppermint with the dark chocolate and put it in the freezer, you're going to love it. So many ways to love Dinstall's. Stock up heavy on all of your favorite Dinstall's treats. 115 years of making Memphis oh so sweet.
I want to do some bragging rights. Hey, I was just the other day overhearing a conversation with Big Mike, the manager of DeSoto Auto Sales. They've got people buying cars all over the country. North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Arkansas, Texas. People from all over the country buy cars at DeSoto Auto Sales in Olive Branch, Mississippi. Why? DeSoto Auto Sales has the most stringent car inspection in America. They get it right the first time. Quality and low mileage. Factory warranty on most vehicles. My favorite part is the people who work there. Big Mike, all the employees are professional, friendly, and go that extra mile. Expect as you walk in the door, you're treated like family. DeSoto Auto Sales understands your time matters. We can help you find your dream car and get all the paperwork finished in less than an hour. Come see us at DeSoto Auto Sales and be part of our family. Have a great buying experience every time. 662-890-7184.
Hi, this is Jay Farner, CEO of Rocket Mortgage. Making the right financial decisions has never been more important. We can help guide you to those right decisions now when they matter most. Mortgage rates are near historic lows, so when you call 833-8ROCKET or visit us at rocketmortgage.com to start your refinance, you'll be well on your way to saving money every month. The rate today on our 30-year fixed-rate mortgage is 3.125%, APR 3.43%. Right now could be a great time for you to take some positive financial steps forward with a cash-out refinance from Rocket Mortgage, which could give you the boost that you're looking for. In addition, we may be able to help you refinance with little or no out-of-pocket costs. At Rocket Mortgage, we're committed to every client, every time, no exceptions, no excuses, giving you the best mortgage experience. Call us today at 833-8ROCKET or go to rocketmortgage.com to learn more.
Rates subject to change. Pay 2.875% fee to receive this discounted rate. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLS number 3030.
It's back. The Carhartt Crazy Sale at Frontier Western Store in Olive Branch. Visit Frontier this month for huge markdowns on clearance Carhartt items. The latest fall line just launched, and Frontier is fully stocked. We've got jeans, shirts, bib overalls, jackets, coats, gloves, belts, boots, and more. And to make room for the new items, we've discounted a number of short sleeve plaids and t-shirts. Save up to 50%. All Carhartt jeans are now $5 off. This is the last jean sale of the year, so stock up now for yourself or someone else for the upcoming holidays. Christmas will be here before you know it, so you might as well save some cash now on what you know you'll need. All this month, we are including a buy one, get one half price sale on all novelty t-shirts by Simply Southern, Girly Girl, Live Oak, and more. It's the Carhartt Crazy Sale and more. Frontier Western Store, 5880 Goodman Road in Olive Branch. On the web at frontierwesternstore.com. Family owned and operated since 1967.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
Roddy Piper. Anthony saying we talked about the blackface situation.
Speaking of blackface,
do you remember WrestleMania 6?
Yes.
With Roddy Piper?
Yep.
Who went in half black body.
Yeah.
In one of the most flagrantly racist things
Bro,
that has ever happened.
We lived through some weird times, bro. We lived through a weird era.
I mean, this man. If I want you to go back and watch, this was on a major event, pay-per-view, WrestleMania 6, 1990. Roddy Piper, a iconic figure, a guy that had starred in a major Hollywood movie just 2 years prior. They Live. Was wrestling Bad News Brown, who happened to be black, and was quote unquote from the mean streets of Harlem, when in fact he was Canadian. His real name was Bad News Allen. So he was not. He was a Canadian dude. But anyway, he was billed as Bad News Brown from the mean streets of Harlem, and Roddy Piper decided to wrestle him whilst half of his body was painted black.
Like black, not
half
brown.
Was white.
Not brown.
Not brown.
Literally
no,
black.
Like black. And then he did his pregame interview. I don't know if you remember this saying. He would do half of it like this, and his white half was talking like this, and then he would do like this, and it would be the black half of his body, and he was Hot Rod or the Hot Scott or something like he had. It was like, and no one like batted an eyelash like that. This is in front of like 70,000 people.
Yeah, bro, we live in strange times, bro.
I mean, it's wow, man, like that's wild, right?
Yeah, and Macho Man Randy Savage did the same thing, so it was.
I mean, I just
time. Those are the times we grew up in as young lads. Me and you, Peter Edmiston.
Goodness gracious, like I can't even. Like I just like my brain. I watched that again the other day, and oh man, like I love old school wrestling. So, but let me tell you, when you watch old school wrestling, man, you will find some of the most racist stuff and some of the most just ridiculous, like xenophobic stuff. I mean, if there's ever like an Asian wrestler, forget about it. If there's ever a black wrestler, forget about it. If there's any wrestler that's Hispanic, it's oh my god, it's. Woo, especially local Memphis wrestling. Boy.
Yeah, I remember Jerry Lawler cutting a promo on who was it? He said somebody like your mom named your first daughter Ruby because she was pretty, and one named her Diamond because she was precious, and one called Pearl because she was something. Then he said, and she named you Onyx because you were unexpected. I said, this is ridiculous. It was so black wrestling. He cut a promo on it. That's what he said. That was like, man, come on.
Yeah, I'll never forget talked about a guy's lips one time. That was that was a regrettable situation.
Yeah,
from
stuff that you know they just flat out couldn't do now.
Yeah, and good, and I'm glad they can't. quite frankly, I'm happy that.
Well, they still do some weird stuff, but I'll just leave it at that.
It's not quite that flaky.
No,
I'll put
it
it that
ain't
way.
flaky, no, not at all.
We got a little bit of breaking news hitting the wire.
Break it, hit it.
This is per Adam Schefter.
Not Scheffner. Now remember that. This is Schefter. That's the real one.
Is there a blue check by his name?
Yannick Ngakoue. Yannick Ngakoue is traded to the Baltimore Ravens. They're finalizing the trade. Baltimore is given a 2021 third round pick and a conditional 2022 conditional 5th round pick per sources.
Shout out.
So they got and the Vikings had sent out similar to the Jaguars to get Ngakoue to begin with. They sent a 2nd round pick and a 5th round pick. Now they're getting a 3rd round pick and a 5th round pick back. So a little dipsy doodle there. It's like when you go back and you take back your you take back that laptop that you got and you still have to pay like a stocking fee. That's kind of what they had to pay 1 round of draft pick as a stocking fee for Ngakoue, but otherwise they got pretty much back. They got their money back on the on the deal. And he heads to the Ravens, and he'll try to get there quickly because he's got to go through COVID testing so that he can go be ready to join when they're off this week. They'll play the Steelers next week. He wants to be ready for that one, so he's got to go through testing and all that. But yeah, breaking news from Adam Schefter, not Scheffner. Zach in the past has called him Adam Scheffner before many times, and that's a different guy. Remember that.
Shout out.
Coming up next, it is our friends Greg and Eli with Middays, a busy show, so you're going to want to stick around for that. Everybody, have yourself a great Thursday.